Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Leo Buckley Stadium, where after a bit of a wait and one of the craziest off seasons in pretty much anyone's lifetime, football returns to the Central Texas area. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports. I'm Travis Banks, joined alongside Michael Francis as always. We are just about set to get this game kicked off here at Leo Buckley Stadium here in Killeen, Texas. The Killeen Kangaroos play host to the Eastview Patriots, who are looking to build off of a spectacular first season in 2019 with head coach Jared Feacoch. And Michael, this Eastview Patriots squad is looking to build on their success last year. They were the number one offense in District 13 5A. The only issue they had was with the depth chart. As the season went on last year, the players started to get a little more tired, and that caused some of the losses that Eastview suffered last year. However, they were all very close losses. Eastview did end up making the playoffs last season, lost to Brenham in a game that really wasn't decided until the fourth quarter when, again, those depth issues reared their ugly heads. And, Michael, do you expect the Patriots to have a bit of a better season this year?
I believe that they are going to have a really good season this year. It's going to be interesting to see how the reins handed to Tanner Ballou are going to play out as he gets his, his second start as Jackson went down last year. And so we can take a moment for the national anthem.
A great rendition of the national anthem performed by the Killeen High School Choir. And Michael, we are just about moments away here from the kickoff of 5A and 6A football here in the Central Texas area. Now, we've spoken a little bit about the Eastview Patriots already. And these Killeen Kangaroos, they're looking to make a statement themselves. They had a bit of a rough year last year in 2019, 3-7 overall. Not a lot of wins there, and they're looking to make a big statement, especially considering they are a 6A school and Eastview is a 5A school. On paper, Killeen should be able to handle Eastview, but it might be a bit of a struggle for them.
It may be, and they may come out and do very well. You know, I don't know what to expect from this group here tonight. Eastview, as you remember last year, their opener against Westwood, they went in and won a thriller there at Westwood. So they're up to the challenge of taking on the upper classification just to get sharp before they start into the regular season and get into the hope to get into the playoff picture, and which we're in a new district this year. Not a new district, same district, but we have some new teams in the district. Rouse coming into the district, and the Leander Grizzlies also moving into this district for this coming season.
That's right. Weiss is one of the teams that has left the district as well, but majority of the teams will remain the same. Brenham, Bastrop, Cedar Creek, Eastview, they will all be in District 13-5A this season as the team captains meet in the center of the field for the opening coin toss. Representing Eastview is the senior Cole Smith, whereas representing Killeen is Kadarius Marshall, the senior running back for the Kangaroos. And social distance is, I'm assuming this is a rule due to social distancing. Only one captain meeting out at the center of the field instead of all four as usual.
Yeah, some teams started last week, and I didn't get to see any of it. Of course, they're limiting the amount of people that can actually be in the stands, and we should have more viewership tonight with that. But, it's a change for all of us, and we're all making the adjustments. Bear with us as we are working out some technical issues to get rid of some of these icons on the screen. We are trying to take care of that, so bear with us as we work that out and get that off the screen.
Yeah, we were really excited because of the UIL ruling. For the first time ever, live video is allowed on Friday nights due to the coronavirus pandemic. And we will try to get rid of all these nasty little icons on your screen, but we figured at the same time it was better to go on with the show for now and get you viewers at home all of this great video so you can watch this game alongside with us. Eastview will be kicking off here to start off the 2020 football season. Killeen will be receiving, and back deep to receive and return for the Kangaroos. Running back Emery Arthur. And running back Kadarius Marshall. And the kick is underway. And here we go from Leo Buckley Stadium. The return man is going to take it at the 15-yard line. He's got a big hole. He's going to run to the left sideline. He's breaking free at the 50, to the 40, to the 30. He's still on his feet to the 20, to the 10, and brought down just shy of the 10-yard line. What a great start.
Logan Williams in on that tackle, on that touchdown-saving tackle for the Patriots, Travis.
Logan Williams giving the Patriots a little bit of hope as they almost blew it on the very first play of the 2020 football season. That return man for Killeen was Emery Arthur, taking the ball at about the 15-yard line and taking it almost all the way to the house. So we'll get our first look at this Eastview Patriots defensive squad as the Killeen offense comes out onto the field. Shotgun formation for the Kangaroos. Two receivers to the right. Quarterback in the gun. It's going to be a handoff up the middle and untouched into the end zone goes the running back Kadarius Marshall, the team captain. And just like that, 20 seconds into the ball game, Killeen has a 6-0 lead over the Eastview Patriots.
Well, you can't be any more efficient. Oh, there is a flag on the play. And we'll see if that was after the play. It appears that it is. And the discussing it at length now. So
let's see what happens here. I did not see the flag on the field.
It was thrown in the end zone, so it might have been a holding call, but the field goal kicker is still on the field.
Comes the head umpire. To hopefully give us some insight on what is going on here.
Touchdown counts.
Unsportsmanlike conduct
on Isaiah Quentin Jackson.
.24. Okay, he corrected himself. He said 44.
I thought he said 24.
So the extra point attempt for the Kangaroos is up, and it is good. And just like that, 11:40 to go here in the first quarter. Killeen leads it 7-0 over Eastview after only one play. A magnificent touchdown return all the way from the Killeen 15-yard line to the Eastview 10-yard line by Emery Arthur, and then Kadarius Marshall running it in for the Kangaroos. Again, we thank you very much for joining us for tonight's edition of Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports. I'm Travis Banks, joined alongside Michael Francis. We had a lot of fun calling Coach Fekoch's Patriot squad last year, and we hope for a just as good, if not better, season this year.
It's like we do have a pretty good crowd here tonight, Travis, in spite of social distancing. There's a fairly good crowd here tonight.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see what all of these stadiums and teams have been doing over the last few weeks. Of course, 4A and below have been playing for about a month now. They started the week before Labor Day. I think that was August 28th. As due to the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, Killeen will be kicking from the Eastview 45-yard line. Should probably look for a touchback here. Back deep to return for the Patriots are I'll get those names for you in just a second. But Noriel Gomez set to kick the ball off for Killeen, and looks like Eastview is going to call a timeout here.
Looks like you got Charles Ross back deep. And the other number, I think, is 6. Michael Sedgwick. I believe those two are back deep for the Patriots. Indeed, that's who it is.
I tell you, Michael, I am really excited to see how this Patriots wide receiver group performs this season, because they had a fantastic year last year with Jackson Colson throwing the ball all over. Multiple different receivers hit in every game, and they're looking to continue that success.
Well, 2 of his main targets are back deep for the Patriots tonight, both in Michael Sedgwick and Charles Ross.
Charles Ross had a huge 2019. And you know that two-headed beast at running back is also back. Isaiah Quentin Jackson and Amarian Brooks. Both of them put up some yardage themselves. Isaiah Quentin Jackson, of course, has had a 98-yard touchdown run in the past, as Killeen is going to decide to do an onside kick here.
Thomas Thornburg with the recovery.
Thomas Thornburg, another great name, returning from defense. Again, Michael, it was a young Patriots squad last year, which made it all the more impressive for them reaching the playoffs. Again, depth issues were really the cause of a lot of their losses there. But you know, Coach Fekoch had a strong foundation to build upon.
He did in his second year, and I mean, there's excitement going on at Eastview High School with Coach Fekoch and his group of coaches.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Patriots from their own 33-yard line. 1st and 10, 11:38 to go in the first quarter, and just like that, Eastview, before they can even snap the ball or even get into formation,
they've got a delay of game.
Yeah, they'll go back 5 yards, so it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line. And now hurry up for Eastview. It's going to be a sweep around to the left side, and caught and almost immediately tackled on the carry was Charles Ross. And it was Andrew Morales making the tackle for the Kangaroos. He'll bring up second down and long. Ball on the Eastview 16-yard line. Blue in the shotgun formation. He drops back, and he's going to throw a screen pass that is caught by Isaiah Quentin Jackson. Quentin Jackson is tackled by about 3 Killeen Kangaroos at the 20-yard line, so a gain of about 4 on that play on second down. That'll bring up third and long, and the Patriots not coming out of this offseason looking so hot so far. Huge third down here for the Patriots. It's hard to believe only 5 minutes into the first quarter, but here we are. Patriots come out in the shotgun formation, 2 running backs surrounding Tanner Blue, 2 wide receivers to his right. Blue goes up to his line to make some adjustments, call some audibles. And Blue now takes the snap. He's got nowhere to throw to. He's going to throw a screen. It is caught at the 15-yard line to the 20, to the 25, and knocked out of bounds just shy of the 30-yard line. Making the catch was Tyreek Styles Obasher. And he's pushed out of bounds. Almost makes it back to the original line of scrimmage, and we should see Eastview punt the ball away here.
So getting the first game action, of course, seeing a little bit of rust here and maybe nerves. You got to say that there's probably some nerves going on right now. At least Patriots get settled in. Snap over the head. Charles
Snap.
Ross falls on it, and the Killeen Kangaroos will take over just outside the 10-yard line.
Oh, my goodness. This is about as a disastrous start as you can get if you're Eastview. And now for the second drive in a row, Killeen will have excellent field position starting inside their own red zone.
They can get a first down. They are spotted at the 11.
Kangaroos are going to come back out in the shotgun formation. Shamar Cheever and Kadarius Marshall in at running back for the Kangaroos. Quarterback Ahmad Bailey takes the snap, and he's going to hand it off to Marshall. Marshall runs all the way around a couple of Eastview defenders and makes it look so easy. Just walks right into the end zone. A sweep to the right side, and just like that, Killeen takes a commanding 2-score lead over the Patriots.
Marshall with 2 carries and 2 touchdowns.
That one from 11 yards out. So he's got 2 carries. Marshall's got 2 carries, about 22 yards between both of those carries, and 2 touchdowns. And those are your statistics for the night, as Killeen's extra point attempt is up, and it is good. So with that, 9:57 to go here in the first quarter. It is already not looking good for the Patriots. They trail the Kangaroos by a score of 14-0.
Kind of a little different with this year going on, Travis, is there's no bands out here tonight. And you used to seeing bands up in the stands and hearing their stand songs playing, but unfortunately, no bands tonight. And I assume that probably has to do with the fact in order to play their instruments, most of them would not be able to wear their masks. So I know that there's been practicing going on because I live in Leander and not far from Rouse High School, and actually hear the band practicing and playing out there.
Well, they have to keep the extracurricular activities going in all of these school systems. I don't have any kids of my own, so I'm not involved in any school district matters. I've only been keeping up with what I read in the news, so I can't really speak to how everything has been going. But what is important is that all of these kids are out here playing tonight and playing in a safe manner. As Killeen kicks this ball off, it's going to be a high kick that is taken at the 15-yard line, and the snap is going to be fumbled and fell on at about the 22-yard line. And it was Charles Ross on the return bobbling that catch. And if you're an Eastview fan, you're hoping that they're getting all these jitters out of the way early, although you don't really like seeing your team being down 2 scores. Just 5 minutes and 7 seconds into the first ball game of the season. Patriots come out in the shotgun formation. Here's Ballou in the hurry-up offense. He's going to hand the ball off to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who rushes up the middle, makes it to about the 30-yard line on first down for a nice, sizable gain. Tavion Thomas making the tackle for the Kangaroos. Gain of 8 yards for Isaiah Quentin Jackson, and that brings up second down and 2. Ball on the Eastview 30-yard line. Ballou in the gun. Takes the snap, hands it off again. The back rushes up the middle.
Be close to a first down. Interesting to see where they'll spot it. Needed to get to the 32, and the line judge shows his foot placed right at the 32.
Oh, there's the flag back at the 45-yard line. That's so far away from the line of scrimmage that I'm wondering if this is a holding call. Defensive holding, maybe. We'll see. That's Charles Ross and Emek Berkeley of Killeen. Offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. And that's the second penalty called on Charles Ross already tonight. That and the bobbled return. And Coach Fekoch might be wanting to have some words with Charles Ross here very, very soon. It'll be 1st and 10, ball on the Eastview 32-yard line. Ballou comes out in the shotgun formation, takes the snap, throws to the flats, caught at the 35-yard line, and almost instantly brought down again. Making the catch for Eastview was Jerry Barron, who has had a number change this season. He's number 5 now. He was number 15 last season. A gain of 2. It'll be second down and 8. Ball on the Eastview 34-yard line. Killeen leads at 14-0 here. 8:50 to go in the first. Patriots come out on the gun. Ballou hands the ball off to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who is just swallowed up almost instantly by Siolasega Taolili of the Kangaroos, making the tackle there on Isaiah Quentin Jackson. Short gain for the Patriots, if any at all. I think they're going to rule no gain on that play, so it'll be 3rd down and 8 from the Patriots' own 34-yard line. Ballou comes out in the gun. 3 wide receivers to his right. Ballou takes the snap, drops back. Yeah.
False start on the Patriots.
Play is blown dead immediately.
Cole Smith moved a little early.
You know, Michael, you've also got to wonder, because when you think about it, Eastview is located in the city of Georgetown within the county of Williamson. They might have had different rules and regulations and resorted, you know, in terms of practicing than up here in Killeen, where you know, the further away you get from the bigger cities, the more lax and the less restrictive they are in terms of social distancing. So I wonder if that has had any effect on the Patriots practicing, as Ballou takes the snap and throws to the right, and it is intercepted. Intercepted at the 45-yard line. Making the interception for the Kangaroos was Jaden Hill, the senior, who doubles as a defensive back and a quarterback.
And the Patriots off to a rocky start.
Absolutely. 7:53 to go in the first quarter. Blue, I'm wondering if he was looking for a receiver that just wasn't there, because he threw it directly into Jaden Hill's hands, and Jaden Hill was nowhere close to a Patriots wide receiver. This will bring up 1st and 10 for the Kangaroos. Ball is on the Eastview 46, Killeen's worst field position of the night, if you can believe that. Killeen in the gun. Play action pass. Throws to the right side. Has a wide open man, and it is caught at about the 15-yard line. They'll mark the receiver down at the 18. Making the catch was Devontae Monroe, and he went down on his own power as he kind of dove to try to roll to make that incredible catch. And now Killeen once again back into the red zone where they've been a majority of the night. 1st and 10 for the Kangaroos in the gun. It's going to be a handoff to the running back, who rushes up towards the right hash mark, makes it to about the 10-yard line. Brought down by Hector Gutierrez of the Patriots. That was Emery Arthur on the carry. It'll bring up 2nd down and 3 for the Kangaroos. They come out in the gun. The quarterback, Ahmad Bailey, takes the snap and hands the ball off to the running back yet again, and he's rushing all the way into the end zone completely untouched. Emery Arthur scores his first touchdown of the evening as the lights begin to flash here at Leo Buckley Stadium, celebrating this Kangaroos touchdown, their 3rd touchdown of this first quarter.
Well, the Patriots had their hands full if they're going to stay in this one down 20 here early in the first quarter.
We haven't even really gotten to see a lot of what this team is about, as the PAT is up, and it is good for the Kangaroos. So 6:46 remaining here in the first quarter. Your new score, Killeen 21, Eastview nothing.
That'll be interesting to see if Eastview can make the adjustments and climb back into this one and at least make it competitive. You know, as a coach, you sit there, look at the first game, and these non-district contests, they don't matter in the big scheme of things. This is where you're trying to work out the bugs. You're trying to get everything right so that when you do enter that district season, you're ready to go, because those are the games that matter.
Indeed. It's weird that if this season had gone on, if there was no pandemic and this season had gone on as regularly scheduled, we would be starting the District 13 5A conference games this weekend, as we'd be about a month into the season. I believe the bye week was originally scheduled for last week. 3 non-district games for the Patriots that all ended up being either canceled or reshuffled as a result of the coronavirus pandemic.
And there was debate for the longest time whether we would even have a season this year.
It was getting pretty worrisome. I read a lot of reports that some of the more rural towns across the state were not following the UIL's recommended social distancing guidelines. And there was worry that they were going to cause the season to be canceled for 5A and 6A as a result, as Isaiah Quentin Jackson on this return can't make it past the 15-yard line. And Isaiah Quentin Jackson brought down by Killeen's Honor Wright.
There's a whole host of Kangaroos swallowed him up.
So we'll get another look at this Patriots offense that has not really had a great night, to say the least, so far this evening. Almost a perfect evening. About 85 degrees here at Sunset in Killeen, Texas, as Tanner Ballou takes the snap from the shotgun formation. He's going to hand the ball off to the running back. Running up the middle and has a huge lane is number 23. That is Tyler Huerta. And Tyler Huerta makes it all the way to just shy of the 45-yard line, about the 42, 43-yard line, and picks up the first Patriots first down of the evening. And now the Patriots are going to go into their hurry-up formation that they love to utilize. Shotgun formation again for Ballou. 3 wide receivers to the left side. It's another handoff to the back, who's just swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3, depending on where the referees spot the ball. This will be just a loss of 1 yard, so it'll be 2nd down and 11. Ball on the Eastview 40. Ballou in the gun. 3 receivers to his left. Killeen showing blitz. Ballou's going to take the snap, throws left, and intended for Jerry Barron at the 50-yard line. The pass falls incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down and 11.
Really have to work on the snap. The center is just really struggling. He's snapped it high several times, and once over the head of Charles Ross on a punt. And it's caused some problems in the backfield, and that last snap was low.
Mac Howard, the junior, is the new center, as Ballou's pass is caught at the 40-yard line by Charles Ross, and Ross has some room. He's brought down at the 30-yard line by Killeen's Jaden Hill, but a great gain, and Eastview all of a sudden in business. Charles Ross going back to what he did last year, this time with Tanner Ballou instead of Jackson Colson, and Ballou hurrying up the Eastview Patriot offense. 1st and 10, ball on the Killeen 31-yard line. And Ballou is going to fake a handoff and run the ball up the middle himself. A gain of about 5 yards before he's brought down, and that was Jaden Hill making the tackle yet again. As the Patriots will slow things down here temporarily. It'll be 2nd down and 7, so a gain of 3 on that run by Tanner Ballou there. Patriots come back out in the shotgun formation. 3 wide receivers to the left of Tanner Ballou. Isaiah Quentin Jackson is in at running back to Ballou's right. And Ballou's going to look back at the sidelines. 15 seconds left on the play clock. 4:53 to go and counting in the ball game. Killeen leading it 21-0. Ballou making the adjustments. 5 seconds to go on the play clock. Ballou's got to hurry. In the gun, he takes the snap and fakes he does hand it off to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who hurdles over a defender. Isaiah Quentin Jackson gets a first down and a whole lot more. Isaiah Quentin Jackson finally shoved out of bounds by Killeen's Dermonti Williams, I apologize, and a late flag comes out after Isaiah Quentin Jackson went out of bounds.
Yeah, he took a late hit from Killeen. He was about 5 yards out of bounds, and he took a shot as he was knocked to the ground.
So a spectacular run by Isaiah Quentin Jackson that should net the Patriots several more yards. So an automatic first down, half the distance to the goal for the Patriots as they are in the red zone.
Which they already had the first down because Quentin Jackson picked it up. Smart running by Quentin Jackson.
So now the Patriots in the gun. Tanner Ballou now. He hands the ball off and swallowed up at the line of scrimmage on the carry. That was Tyler Huerta. And he's still on his feet, still struggling to be tackled.
No, he coughed up the ball. And a costly turnover.
That was Dermonti Williams recovering that fumble. So now Eastview, just when something starts to go their way, another turnover, the 2nd turnover in just as many drives for the Patriots.
Yeah, they had some wind going in their sail, and a costly turnover in the red zone to this prolific Kangaroo offense.
So Killeen will come back out in the shotgun formation on offense, their worst starting field position of the evening, in the shadows of their own goalpost. Quarterback Bailey takes the snap.
Keeper.
It's a keeper. A read option play. Bailey rushes up the middle. Gain of 1, maybe 2 yards. It'll bring up second down here. I believe that was Justin Nazer making the tackle.
There's a familiar name for last year.
I think my favorite defensive memory of last year was when we were talking to the Kerrville-Tivy staff before the playoff game, and they specifically mentioned Thomas Thornburg. They said, can you tell Coach Fekoch to hold that guy out of the game because he's going to kill us.
Killeen setting up the screen. They were late setting it up and allowed the Patriot defense to make the cover and limit the amount of yards they were able to gain.
Mylan Kemp Murray was on the receiving end of that catch for the Kangaroos. He was brought down by Jet Vaughn, a new name for this Patriots squad.
This is the first third down play for the Kangaroos of the night.
Yeah, 3rd down and 4. My apologies, Michael. 3rd down and 4. Bailey, the quarterback, in the gun. 2 wide receivers to his left. And Killeen's going to call a timeout. Their first of the evening. The clock will temporarily stop with 2:53 to go here in the first quarter. Killeen leading it 21-0 over the Eastview Patriots. And we will keep it right here. Again, we thank you very much for choosing to spend your Friday night here with us on SHN Sports for Eastview Patriot Football. I'm Travis Banks alongside Michael Francis. We are thrilled to be back here with you this season, working yet again with the Eastview Patriots. I think this will be my 5th season working with the Patriots in some capacity. My 4th year working for them full time with SHN. So a bit excited about that. Michael, this is our 2nd year together. We had a fun first year, and we're looking to build and improve upon the success we had last year.
Absolutely.
As the Patriots are looking to do themselves. And we thank you for coming along on this ride with us. It will be a season unlike any other, but we're all going to get through this together. Bailey now for Killeen in the gun. 3rd down and 4. It's a handoff to the back. The back sneaks around all the Patriots defenders and has some wide open spaces into the 50. Spins around, dodges a couple of tackles to the 20, to the 10, and all the way gone.
There is a flag on the play back at the 17-yard line.
Kadarius Marshall, if that stands, that'll be an 87-yard touchdown run. But as you said, Michael, a flag all the way back at the 18-yard line, which indicates a potential hold, but we will wait and see what the umpire has to say.
So interesting, here in Killeen, they're doing a light show. They have changed from the big HID lights that are normally in a stadium where they're on a ballast, and so they have to cool down and then come back on as you turn them off. But they're LED, so they're able to turn them on and off at the flip of a switch, and they have them programmed to where when the home team scores, they're able to do a light show.
Jacobia Thomas is going to be called for those penalties. Penalties will be declined, so the Patriots are spared Killeen's 4th touchdown of the night.
Yeah, they took that penalty. That's what brought the touchdown back.
2:36 to go here in the first quarter. Killeen leading it 21-0.
Patriots had that play covered pretty well. They just were unable to make the tackle, but they had it stopped well short of the first down.
Bailey in the gun, rolls right, throws, and falls incomplete at about the 25-yard line. The pass was intended for Killeen's Devontae Johnson, sophomore wide receiver. That'll bring up Killeen's first 4th down of the evening, and it'll be 4th and 8, so we should see the punting unit come on to the field for the first time tonight for the Kangaroos.
We'll see what they do. They did an onside kick after they scored the first time. Patriots were able to recover it, so it'll be interesting to see if they might do a little trickeration here and do a fake punt. You wouldn't think so this deep in their own end of the field. But they've had some big gains versus the Patriots.
Well, the Patriots are looking for something as a flag comes out way, way, way in the back. Isaiah Quentin Jackson and Jerry Barron are back deep to return for the Patriots.
Half the distance, and the Kangaroos are moved back inside the 5-yard line.
Could be strategy to get some extra space for the punter, or maybe potentially allow the Patriots to get their guard let down. As the
nice punt
is high, has a lot of hang time. It'll be taken by Isaiah Quentin Jackson at the 40-yard line. He calls for the fair catch, and that is where the Patriots will set up shop offensively. The Killeen 40-yard line, so some decent field position for the Patriots. And it's crunch time now, Michael. 2:23 to go in the first. Patriots trailing 21-0. They almost need to get some sort of points on the board here.
Well, for the first time, turnover did not cost the Patriots points. Could have if the Kangaroos had not committed that penalty, which brought that touchdown run back.
So Blue will come out in the shotgun formation, through receivers to the left. It's a handoff to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who rushes up the middle. Maybe makes it back to the original line of scrimmage. Might have gained a yard on that play. We'll wait and see what the referees decide. Making the tackle for the Kangaroos was Siolosega Tailulili. They will give Isaiah Quentin Jackson that 1 yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Ball on the Killeen 39-yard line. Blue in the gun yet again. 3 receivers to his left. Blue takes the snap, and he's under pressure. He throws. It is caught at the 38-yard line, and that receiver is
Michael Sedgwick
having a heck of a game. Michael Sedgwick goes all the way in untouched, and the Patriots finally have some momentum.
No flag on the field.
What a great catch. Blue was under pressure. The pocket just kind of collapsed on him. He threw kind of a wobbly ball, but Michael Sedgwick able to make the catch and spin around a couple of defenders and walk right into the end zone. That's going to be a 39-yard catch when it's all said and done, with a lot of yards after the catch coming from Michael Sedgwick. And now the PAT attempt is up for the Patriots, and it is good. Carlos Villarreal, the kicker. And just like that, the Patriots are on the board, so a little bit of momentum will swing their way. 1:36 to go here in the first quarter at Leo Buckley Stadium in Killeen, Texas. The Killeen Kangaroos lead at 21-7 now.
A lot of offense so far in this first quarter with 28 points on the board between the two squads.
Eastview finally starting to piece things together after just about a disastrous of a start as you can get. Tanner Ballou already thrown an interception, so now he has a touchdown pass to at least maintain that 1-to-1 ratio.
Killeen has things set up right here in the press box. Typically when we get into one of these, we don't have the ability to have a crowd mic. And being on the second floor of the press box, obviously we couldn't reach and set up for it. But they have it piped in for us, so we just connect our cord to their system, and we're able to give you the crowd noise.
Gotta love stadiums like that. Of course, I also brought my good old karaoke wireless microphone.
Yeah, we used that last year effectively, too. It worked for us.
Well, we'll be in a lot of those stadiums again this year. I know AC Bible Stadium in Leander will be there a couple times. Of course, Bastrop Memorial Stadium, no crowd mic inputs.
Right.
That's your behind-the-scenes update here on SHN Sports.
Just some of the challenges that we face going to the different press boxes. Of course, we face Elgin again this year, and That's in the stands for us, Travis.
Actually, no. That game will be at the Georgetown ISD Memorial Stadium.
Is that a home game for us this year?
It is. One of only 3.
I thought that it was an away game for us.
I believe it's a home game because it was on the road last year, unless the UIL.
Well, remember, we changed seasons, so that 2-year setup ended. That's why we only have 4 home games this year. And let's see.
Yeah.
Wait. No. Yes. You're right. It is a home game for us. It's week 3. That will be our first home game, and that will be against Elgin.
2 weeks from tonight. Next week, of course, the Patriots will be playing Belton High School. I believe that game's scheduled to take place at the football stadium for
Mary Hardin
Baylor, yeah. So not too far from Leo Buckley Stadium here, a little bit closer to I-35 at least. Boy, I don't know about you, Michael, but I saw so many cops lined up around the access road and the shoulder that I thought it was Texas OU weekend.
Yeah. Well, the route that it had me going was all the back country roads, so I didn't see major highway.
Ahmad Bailey on a keeper for the Killeen Kangaroos. He's brought down by Thomas Thornburg after a gain of about 4. This will bring up 2nd down and 6. Ball on the Killeen 43. And with just over a minute and counting to go here in the first quarter, Kangaroos leading at 21-7. You got to think they're going to slow it down for this last minute and set up shop for what could be a huge second quarter. Bailey in the gun now. 2nd down and 6. 2 receivers to his right. Bailey hands the ball off to his back, and the back tries to truck his defender, gets close to the first down marker. Not sure if he got it. That was Marshall on the carry. On the tackle was Thomas Thornburg yet again. They're not going to give him the first down, but it is going to be close. 3rd down and 1. So about a 5-yard carry, a 5-yard gain on that carry by Kadarius Marshall. Sets up a huge 3rd down play here with just over 20 seconds to go here and counting. Killeen will try to get this play off here. 3rd down and 1 for the Kangaroos. Bailey in the gun. He hands the ball off to Marshall. No, it's a fake. He keeps it himself, and he's wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Making the sack for the Patriots was number 80, Alessandro Perez, the sophomore. And boy, did he make it look really easy. The Patriots had that option carry well scouted out. And what a way to end the first quarter. Patriots trail 21-7, but they have all the momentum. They forced Killeen into a punting situation to start off the second quarter. We will take a brief pause, and when we return, we will have the start of the second quarter. A slow start for the Patriots, but they're slowly getting on track. However, Killeen still leads 21-7. You're listening to Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports. We'll be right back after this. Back here at Leo Buckley Stadium for the start of the second quarter, where the Killeen Kangaroos will punt the ball away, will go untouched by the Patriots, and Killeen will down the ball at the 26-yard line of Eastview. The Patriots trailing 21-7, but they did score on their last offensive possession, and they are looking to score again. Again, we thank you very much for choosing to spend your Friday night with us here on SHN Sports for Eastview Patriot Football. I'm Travis Banks, joined alongside Michael Francis. If you're just tuning in, a slow, disastrous start for Eastview. They gave up a huge kickoff return to start off the game. Killeen scored on their very first play. Tanner Ballou threw an interception to end the Patriots' first drive. Killeen scored again right after that. Both touchdowns scored by Kadarius Marshall. Killeen got up to 21-0 before the Patriots started to make a comeback, as on 1st and 10, Tanner Ballou attempts a screen pass, falls incomplete, intended for Tyreek Styles Obasheri. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, and snap causing some problems for Ballou. That was low, and so he wasn't able to get a clear snap, and that cost him a couple of steps in that movement where they would look like they were trying to set up a screen.
2nd down and 10, Ballou in the gun. He hands the ball off. It's Jerry Barron on a sweep to the left, and Barron gains 3, maybe 4 yards on that carry before being brought down. On the tackle there for Killeen was Jabez Eliam. My mistake. So 3-yard gain for Jerry Barron there. Brings up 3rd down and 7 for the Patriots. A huge 3rd down if the Patriots want to maintain this momentum. Ballou in the gun. 3 receivers to his right. Ballou takes the snap, drops back, he throws left. He's got a man in double coverage, overthrows both the intended receiver, Michael Sedgwick, and the 2 defenders covering Sedgwick. Patriots just wanted to see if they could do it there. Michael Sedgwick thrown off of his route a bit, and now Patriots will be forced to punt the ball away.
Yeah, I think if that pass would have been closer, the 2 defenders would have probably been called for pass interference for impeding his ability to catch the ball, but it was far enough over his head that it was a non-call.
Emery Arthur back deep to return this punt for the Kangaroos. As the Patriots punt the ball away, that was Charles Ross on the punt. And Marion Arthur is going to call for a fair catch. He's going to let that punt roll out of bounds. Rolls out of bounds, I should say, between the 20 and the 15-yard line of Killeen. So now we'll see if the Patriots can continue their work on defense. Started to slowly get everything together towards the end of the first quarter, but they still trail 21-7. 10:52 to go here in the first half. Kangaroos will come out in the shotgun formation. The quarterback, Bailey, has 2 receivers to his left. 2 running backs out on the field as well. Bailey takes the snap, fakes a handoff. He throws over the middle, has a man, falls incomplete, just barely misses his target intended for Jacobia Thomas. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Kangaroos.
Had that been an on-target strike, he would have been gone to the races.
Yeah, they put Thomas in the slot there and had him run a slant route to beat this zone coverage defense by the Patriots. That'll stop the clock with 10:47 to go here in the second quarter. 2nd down and 10. Ball is on the Killeen 20-yard line. Bailey in the gun. 2 receivers to his left. Bailey hands the ball off yet again, and up the middle. This is Marshall, and he's brought down pretty quick. Thomas Thornburg making the tackle. A gain of 5 yards. That'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Kangaroos. And the Patriots, this is a huge 3rd down for them. I know it's early in the game, but they trail by 14 points. Bailey now in the gun. 2 receivers to his left. Bailey takes the snap, drops back. He's under pressure. It's a screen pass that is caught by Marshall at the 25-yard line, and Marshall is brought down after getting a first down. He makes it to the 40-yard line. Tyler Wagner on the tackle there of Kadarius Marshall. And they haven't moved the chains yet. I believe there was a flag. A penalty on the Patriots again. So it'll be a first down for the Kangaroos, plus an additional 15 yards. This will put Killeen into Eastview territory on the right side of the 50. The right side if you're Killeen, that is. Bailey's going to come out in the shotgun for the Kangaroos. 2 wide receivers to his right this time on the far side of the field. Bailey taking the snap, hands the ball off to Arthur, Amarian Arthur, and Arthur gains 6, maybe 7 yards on that carry. A nice gain. Tyler Wagner on the tackle yet again. This will be a gain of 7 yards on that play by Emory Arthur. Pardon me, Emory Arthur. As Killeen sets up 2nd down and 3. Ball on the Eastview 39. Bailey in the gun. Takes the snap, throws left. It is caught at the 30-yard line and immediately brought down by the Patriots. Making the catch for Killeen was Devontae Monroe, and he was brought down by Logan Williams. Bailey passing complete to Devontae Monroe. Logan Williams was 2 on the stop of the defense. Gained to the 30-yard line and another. Enough to pick up a first down for the Kangaroos. Clock continues to tick, just under 9 minutes to go here in the first half as Bailey kind of botches the handoff on this read option. He's brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. And making the sack on that play for the Patriots was Sterling Gaddis, a junior. So a huge defensive play for the Patriots on first down brings up 2nd and long. Loss of 7 yards officially. So this will make it 2nd down and 17. The ball is on Eastview's 37-yard line. Bailey in the gun. 2 receivers to his right. Bailey takes the snap, steps up into the pocket. He throws over the middle, has a receiver caught, and into the end zone for the touchdown. Making the catch for the Kangaroos was Milan Kemp Murray. And there is a very, very late flag out on the field now. But boy, what a great decision by Bailey to step into the pocket. He made an accurate throw, a great catch by Kemp Murray. And he fought his way into the end zone to get Killeen their 4th touchdown of the evening. The new score is 27-7, pending the PAT for Killeen. And we'll see what all these flags are about as well.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
That's on Kemp Murray, the same receiver who scored that touchdown just now. The penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. So now Killeen's kicker out to attempt the PAT. This is Gabriel Munoz. Munoz's PAT is up, and it is good. So with that, your new score, 7:58 to go here in the first half. Killeen leads it 28-7 over the Eastview Patriots.
This makes it just a bit tougher. We'll see how these Patriots answer this kind of adversity, Travis.
We will indeed. You know, we keep talking about last season for the Patriots because really that's all we have to talk about right now. This is the first game of the season, but the Patriots really didn't have any close blowout. You know, all their losses were really close. Their only blowout loss was the last week of the regular season against Elgin. Things just kind of fell apart for them in that game. They already had the playoff spot locked up. But you never want to go into the playoffs suffering a blowout loss to a team that is not eligible for the playoffs. And ever since then, you know, they kept the Kerrville-Tivy game close last year. Their lone appearance in the playoffs last season. It was just about in the fourth quarter when the depth chart issues started to show up and the kids were getting tired. And instead of continuing the top-rated offense of District 13 5A, looks like the Patriots are continuing those poor defensive showings from the Elgin game last year.
Right.
Which is not what you want to see if you're a Patriot fan.
Back deep for the Patriots, Quentin Jackson and Charles Ross.
Because of the penalty called on Mylan Kemp Murray following his touchdown reception just now, the Kangaroos will be kicking it off from their own 25-yard line. And it'll be a decent kick that will be taken at the 20-yard line by Charles Ross. And Ross has some space. Ross makes it to the 50 as a flag comes out.
Two flags. So it'll be two different penalties.
Dermonte Williams on the tackle there as we await to see what the umpires have to say about this flag. Kangaroos lead at 28-7. 7:50 to go in the first half. So a block in the back called on Eastview. It'll be a 10-yard penalty. And it'll set the Patriots back just a bit. They would have had some great field position on Charles Ross's great return. Now they will be starting at their own 28-yard line. Blue in the gun on 1st and 10. He hands the ball off. This is Tyler Huerta, and Huerta rushes towards the left sideline, makes it to the 30-yard line. Gain of 2, maybe 3 yards on that carry. Decent running there. Sets up 2nd down and manageable. Clock continues to tick. 7:20 and counting to go here in the second quarter. Kangaroos lead at 28-7, and another late flag as the Patriots hand the ball off.
I believe that might be a holding call against the Patriots.
That was Huerta on the carry yet again, and it is going to be a hold called on the center, Mac Howard, who has had some issues himself tonight with high snaps and just a lot of off-season rust. Maybe more so for Mac Howard as he is a junior. Bumped up to varsity after last year. Blue in the gun. Trips to the right. Blue's going to keep it himself. He's going to roll out to the right side and towards the middle of the hash mark. He's brought down. Gain of 5, maybe 6 yards on 2nd down. It'll bring up 3rd down and long. Blue in the gun, takes the snap, decides to keep it himself. He's going to scramble, tries to dodge a defender, can't make it anywhere past. The defender on the play was Siolosega Taulili. And Taulili is down on the field. Go ahead and point the camera away, as we are still bound by some UIL rules. As the Killeen coaching staff and training staff takes a look at Taulili, who's down at the 30-yard line. Once they get him up off the field, it'll be 4th down and 6 for the Patriots. However, they are deep in their own territory. We should see them punt the ball away. And Taulili is sitting up, and looks like he's getting up, walking off the field under his own power. Might have just had the wind knocked out of him. He looked like he tried to go a little low when attempting to tackle Tanner Blue. Blue had to end up jumping over him and rolling around. And, maybe Taulili just got knocked a little too hard right there. But he'll be okay, which is always good to see. And the Patriots will indeed be punting the ball away here on 4th down and 6. Clock is stopped with 6:07 to go here in the second quarter. Emery Arthur back deep to return for the Kangaroos. And this is Charles Ross punting the ball away for the Patriots.
Looks like Killeen's going to call a timeout.
Both teams have used one timeout this first half. This will be Killeen's second. So they'll have one remaining here for the remaining 6:07 in the first half. As we'll go ahead and keep it right here. Next week, Killeen will be traveling down to the Austin area, as they will be playing Hendrickson.
Hendrickson, one of those teams that came down in classification from 6A to 5A.
Well, they've had some talent go through them over the last decade. Perhaps the biggest name was running back Samaje P. Ryan. So that should be a good game for Killeen fans. Of course, next week, the Patriots will travel back to this part of the state to take on Belton. As Ross's punt is not going to be taken by Arthur. Arthur will down the ball at the Killeen 25. So Killeen will come back out on offense, leading 28-7, and they'll have 5:58 to work with here. Michael, if you're on the Killeen coaching staff, do you want to just run out the clock and make it to halftime and regroup a little bit for a big second half, or do you want to try to score one more time?
I think they're probably going to try to score again and then start giving some of the reserves some opportunities to get some game experience.
First down and 10 for the Kangaroos on their own 25-yard line. Bailey in the gun, 2 receivers to his left. He's got 2 running backs on the field, and he's going to fake a handoff to one of those running backs and rush it himself up the middle.
Keeper.
And Bailey makes it to the 30-yard line, so a gain of about 5 yards on that carry. Bailey was brought down by Justin Nazer. And Justin Nazer probably saving the Kangaroos from getting a first down. They're going to rule that was a 6-yard carry by Bailey. So it'll be second down and 4 for the Kangaroos. Bailey in the gun, takes the snap, looks around, decides to scramble around as the pocket collapses, has no one to throw to, throws the screen, caught at the 32-yard line.
That's going to be a late hit on the quarterback.
roughing the passer.
Yep. Like Isaiah Quentin Jackson took a shot at him.
Kadarius Marshall was the back who made that catch. You are correct, Mr. Francis. Roughing the passer on Isaiah Quentin Jackson, so that will be an automatic first down for the Kangaroos. And once again, they're going to cross into the Eastview side of the 50.
Tell you what, Travis, this is probably one of the largest jumbotrons that I've seen at the high school level. And they've got two, one at either end, but the main board is quite a bit bigger. It's huge.
It is an impressive piece. And the way football is going in Texas, too, as Bailey takes the snap and drops back. He throws to the left side. It is caught at about the 45-yard line and making it all the way to about the 37-yard line. Justin Nazer making the stop there. It was Devontae Monroe on the catch there. Great play on first down for Killeen. A 7-yard gain by Monroe there. This will be second down and 3, 4:30 to go and counting here in the second quarter. Bailey in the gun, two receivers to his right. Bailey hands the ball off to Marshall, who rushes right up the middle and has some space, and Marshall's still on his feet. Marshall's still going. He tries to get rid of his only defender, but he can't quite shake him. That was Charles Ross holding on to Marshall's leg for dear life. A touchdown-saving hold by Charles Ross. It'll only pick up the Kangaroos a first down. However, it does prevent them from scoring what would have been a touchdown. Great defensive stand by Charles Ross there. And now Killeen, 1st and 10, ball on the Eastview 14-yard line. They're in the red zone, looking to increase their 28-7 lead. And now Bailey under pressure and in trouble. And he's able to pitch the ball away to Marshall. And Marshall now running untouched into the end zone. Charles Ross tried to make a shoulder tackle there and couldn't prevent the tackle from being, or couldn't make the tackle. Some words were exchanged. I'm very surprised the referees did not throw a flag, especially considering Charles Ross's history in this game, with several unsportsmanlike conduct penalties already being called.
Now the Patriots had the quarterback in their grasp, and he just made a heads-up play, and the running back stayed back, and he dumped it off and made a touchdown out of a busted play.
So just like that, new score 34-7 pending Killeen's PAT attempt.
Maybe a delay of game.
Delay of game on Killeen. Play clock hit 0.
Seems like the play clock's going awfully fast, isn't it?
A little bit. Although it's weird they would do that for the home team.
Right. Well, both teams have been bit by it.
This is Uriel Gomez. His PAT attempt is up, and it is good. And with that, your new score, 3:32 to go in the second. Killeen 35, Eastview 7. And Eastview just not looking like a team that is ready to play football right now.
They're just making some mental mistakes and some penalties that have cost them big tonight. Guys not staying home and trying to contain and leaving big lanes for the Kangaroo offense. It's not that that was a bad defensive play by the Patriots. It was just a headsy play by the running back to stay home. But nobody was spying the running back. So they had the quarterback in the grasp, and he was starting to go down, and he was able to dump it off. Usually when he starts to go down and he's in the grasp like that, they'll blow the whistle, but they didn't do it in this case.
Well, as one of the oddest off seasons we've ever had, at least in our life, once in a lifetime deal.
Yeah, let's hope, right? Let's hope. Everybody would really like to return back to pre-COVID days. Little did we know that when those shelter-in-place orders were issued back March 16th, that we'd still be under some of those very same shelter-in-place orders. You know, I work for the city of Austin, and I'm still teleworking.
Same. That's why the trip up here was not that pleasant. I didn't realize there was still traffic. It was almost like a regular Friday coming up from the Austin area. Made even worse with, as I said earlier, all those cops on the road.
Right.
So if you're a Patriot fan that is listening to us from the stands up here in Killeen, one of the lucky Patriot fans that got to make the trek up here, be careful. Be careful on the drive home. Don't go over the speed limit because there are a lot of police cars out there. So this will be 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Blue takes the snap and rolls out to the right side. He throws to the right. Had Charles Ross, but underthrew Ross just a bit. The pass sails out of bounds.
He just essentially threw that one away. So he had nowhere to go. All the Patriots were covered, and the play was moving so fast he couldn't make all his check downs and find an open receiver.
This will be 2nd down and 10. Ball on the Eastview 34-yard line. Blue takes the snap, and he hands the ball off to Isaiah Quentin Jackson. Rushes up the middle and hits a wall after about 5 yards. On the tackle for Killeen was Patrick Hayes, a junior linebacker.
I'll tell you what, looking at Isaiah Quentin Jackson, he has put on some muscle compared to last year.
3rd down and 5 for the Patriots. It's another handoff to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who is swallowed up at about the original line of scrimmage by several Killeen defenders. Making the tackle for the Kangaroos specifically was Jordan Matney, one of the senior defensive linemen. And this will bring up 4th down and a punting situation for the Patriots. So I think the Patriots are going to be content to run as much time off the clock as possible, roll into the locker room at halftime, lick their wounds, and hope for a better second half.
Yeah, I think 2020 is definitely a year people are going to like to see in their rearview mirror, and hopefully 2021 brings a lot better results than this one has been. I've had family that's been affected by this, that's been affected by Hurricane Laura most recently, Travis. They live in Lake Charles and suffered some major damage to their home. We've spent some time down there the past few weeks and helped them to get their home back in order. I rebuilt their electrical service this past weekend, and they just had power turned on yesterday at 11 o'clock. And I'll tell you what, I've never seen such devastation. I've seen Katrina, Rita. I've worked damage assessment for both of those hurricanes, Hurricane Harvey. But the wind damage that was caused by Hurricane Laura, golly, it was just really, really bad. Transmission towers just twisted and torn down. A lot of damage.
Charles Ross will punt the ball away for the Patriots. Jaden Hill back to return for the Kangaroos. He will not attempt to return this ball, however, as Jerry Barron will down it at the Killeen 16-yard line, and that is where the Kangaroos will set up shop with 1:58 to work with here before halftime. And Michael, you're absolutely correct. This is the year that just you think it can't get any worse, and then it somehow does.
Right. People have been isolated due to COVID, and I see a lot of things. Especially being in inspections and seeing people call in on residences and events where too many people have been. The ball on the ground. The quarterback picks it up, and he is tackled for a loss.
Bailey looked to hand that ball off on an option play, and there was a miscommunication there between he and his running back. I believe that was Sterling Gaddis who made the tackle on Bailey, as he saw the opportunity and got right in there. This will bring up 2nd down and 13, a loss of 3 on that fumble. Bailey all alone in the gun, takes the snap, throws right. It is caught at about the 15-yard line and immediately brought down. Making the catch for the Kangaroos was Mylan Kemp Murray.
Jet Vaughn on the tackle, and he's lucky he didn't get a flag thrown on him, because he got up, he was looking down, he's doing this, taunting the receiver, and it's like, man, that's almost a...
Eastview will take their 3rd and final timeout with 1 minute left to go here in the first half. Eastview trails 35-7, something that personally I didn't see coming, Michael.
Oh, I didn't either. I thought it would be much more competitive than this. And last week versus the Georgetown Eagles, the Patriots held their own. They did take the loss in a scrimmage, but they looked pretty good overall.
I wonder if some of the performances tonight are because of all the precautions we've been having to take because of the pandemic.
Right.
These kids spent most of the beginning of the year not even in school.
Our Georgetown Eagle broadcast team.
As Bailey takes the snap and rolls out to the left. He throws. He has a man. Falls incomplete. And Michael Sedgwick is beating himself up in the middle of the field because he had a chance at a pick, but could not bring it down. That pass was intended for Mylan Kemp Murray yet again.
So as I was mentioning, the Georgetown Eagle broadcast crew, Carl Schoening, Kelly Duvall, Doppler Dave, David England, Captain David England, working that game.
Yeah, big exciting things are in store for SHN Sports this season, especially considering we are allowed by the UIL for the first time ever to broadcast live video. As Killeen takes their 3rd and final timeout. Clock is stopped with 51 seconds to go here in the first half. It is 4th down and 11. So we should be seeing the Patriots punt the ball away here. Or I'm sorry, the Kangaroos punt the ball away here. So the Patriots, let's say about 15 seconds are knocked off of the clock after this punt. They'll have about 35 seconds to work with.
Rockdale coming on board this year, as they will be broadcasting their games through the SHN Sports Network.
We are happy to have Rockdale with us, as Charles Ross and Isaiah Quentin Jackson are back deep to return this punt, and it'll be taken in Ross's direction. And Ross will take it at about the 40-yard line, and Ross has some space. He makes it all the way back to the Killeen 35, so enters Killeen territory. Clock will stop with 38 seconds to go on the game clock, so the Patriots will have a chance to get it into the end zone and get a little bit of momentum before halftime.
Yeah, cut into this Kangaroo lead. Down by 28.
Yeah, 35-7. Remember, the Patriots scored towards the end of the first quarter. As Ballou in the gun, takes the snap, throws left.
We got a flag on the play.
Yeah, pass intended for Jerry Barron. It was just a little bit underthrown. As the flag, we'll see what that's all about.
Back them up. What's that, 10-yard penalty?
A chop block.
No, it's a 15-yard penalty.
It's Israel Ramirez they are calling the chop block on. And as you said, Michael, yes, the Patriots shoot themselves in the foot, so to speak. This will be first down and 25 for the Patriots as Ballou in the gun, and the line just collapses underneath Ballou. He's going to be sacked. And a late flag. This is probably going to be unsportsmanlike conduct yet again. I believe that was Jabez Elliam making the sack. Well, I'll wait for clarification. From the PA, if we ever get it. Unsportsmanlike conduct is called on Christian Rodriguez, the senior linebacker.
That brings it an automatic first down. 15-yard penalty, but an automatic first down.
So the Patriots catch a bit of a break here. It'll be first and 10 from the Killeen 43-yard line. 25 seconds to go here in the first half. Patriots looking to score one more time before halftime. They currently trail 35-7. Ballou takes the snap, rolls right. It is caught by Charles Ross at the 40-yard line, and Ross walking the sideline and is finally pushed out of bounds in the red zone. They're going to rule Ross out of bounds at the 17-yard line. So a great catch and pickup by Charles Ross, and Eastview picks up another first down.
You know, Patriots do have some positives that they can walk away from in this first half. Travis on some big plays from some of their key offensive players.
And now Ballou immediately throws in Charles Ross's direction into the corner of the end zone, overthrows both Ross and Ross's defender.
That was a timing route, and Charles Ross was well covered.
A good old-fashioned fade route. But, you know, you give Ross even a half second of hesitation, and he will beat you. So that was excellent defensive coverage there for the Kangaroos' Sermon McLeod. As Tanner Ballou throws over the middle, ball is nearly intercepted.
That might be a pass interference penalty on Killeen. As the receiver was knocked down before he was able to make the catch. I think they're going to call defensive holding or pass interference.
Dermonte Williams. Automatic first down for the Patriots with 5 seconds to go here. So it'll be first and goal from the 2-yard line. The Patriots have 5 seconds to punch it in. No timeouts remaining. Ballou throws. Oh, falls incomplete. Bounces right off the hands of the intended target, Michael Sedgwick. And the clock is stopped with 1 second left. So the Patriots will at least have another shot. But, man, Michael Sedgwick's got to be got to be kicking himself because he was wide open in the end zone. The ball just bounced off his fingertips.
Second down and goal to go.
Blue now rolling out to the left. Throws intended for Tyreek Styles Obasheri. Didn't look like Obasheri was quite ready. The ball was a little underthrown.
It was thrown low at his feet. That's on Blue not getting the ball up. He was open and made the turn just right, but it was at his feet, and he was unable to make that catch. You got to, when you're back there and you're under the gun like that, you've got to make that throw. And the Patriots, losing an opportunity there to get some points on the board going right into halftime. And now they're looking at a 28-point deficit versus Killeen. It'll be interesting to see. It looks like they are going to do a 24-minute halftime. I was curious about that since the marching bands would not be marching. So I do see the drill team out there. So it looks like we will have the drill team, at least for the Patriots. I do not see a drill team for Killeen. But, Travis, what I want to do is we're bringing something new into our broadcast this year with some video spots for our sponsors. Unfortunately, we've had some technical difficulties trying to get them into this tonight. So what I want to do through halftime is to take the opportunity to play them, and I'll just play them through the media player on here and just let the audio play as you watch the drill team and get our sponsors in to the broadcast tonight. So we want to apologize to our sponsors for not being able to get their video spots into tonight's contest so far. So if you bear with us, we'll run through them. You're listening to Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports. Thanks for listening.
You know, some people only talk about social distancing like it's a bad thing. But as the day tripper traveling all over Texas, and with a Don Hewlett truck or SUV to take me anywhere I want to go, social distancing isn't really that bad at all. So, how far away is your Don Hewlett Chevrolet gonna take you? Find new roads in Georgetown and at donhewlett.com. Don Hewlett, Texas True.
Hey, it's Jim from Hewlett Volkswagen in Georgetown. It's football season, which means you need a great team with a winning formula. Ours is making it easy on you to buy the Volkswagen model you want with our new Express online shopping tool. You can shop from home or safely with our team in the dealership. Then you get to take home the trophy. Right now, you can save $4,300 on a new 2021 Atlas S 2.0 Turbo. Hewlett Volkswagen, off I-35 in Westinghouse, or see for yourself at hewlettvw.com.
You're ready for the future?
And the future is full of possibilities.
Because your dream home
Is right around the corner.
If you're ready for the next step
Or 2,
or 3,
we can help. At our bank, we're ready to help you open doors to your future.
our mortgage team is here and ready to begin your next step.
Doing the right things for the right reasons.
Welcome to our bank.
You belong here.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
This broadcast on SHN Sports is brought to you in part by our bank. You belong here. We take the time to listen to you and your financial needs and desires in order to help you create unique solutions that will help you achieve those goals. Ideal Signs. Looking for something extra to get your business noticed? Ideal Signs specializes in custom signage and large digital format printing. Visit signsforsports.com. These broadcasts on SHN Sports are made possible by advertisers like these. If you would like to promote your business while also making an impact in the community, email Carl at shnsports.com for more information about advertising opportunities.
Let's hear it for the Sparklers. Please follow the campaign under the direction of Tracy Melendez, assisted by April Pena and Kevin Garcia.
know, some people only talk about social distancing like it's a bad thing. But as the day tripper traveling all over Texas, with a Don Hewlett truck or SUV to take me anywhere I want to go, social distancing isn't really that bad at all. So, how far away is your Don Hewlett Chevrolet going to take you? Find new roads in Georgetown and at DonHewlett.com. Don Hewlett, Texas True.
Hey, it's Jim from Hewlett Volkswagen in Georgetown. It's football season, which means you need a great team with a winning formula. Ours is making it easy on you to buy the Volkswagen model you want with our new Express online shopping tool. You can shop from home or safely with our team in the dealership. Then you get to take home the trophy. Right now, you can save $4,300 on a new 2020.
You're ready for the future?
And the future is full of possibilities.
Because your dream home,
Is right around the corner.
if you're ready for the next step
Or two,
or three,
we can help. At our bank, we're ready to help you open doors to your future.
our mortgage team is here and ready to begin your next step.
Doing the right things for the right reasons.
This broadcast on SHN Sports is brought to you in part by our bank. You belong here. We take the time to listen to you and your financial needs and desires in order to help you create unique solutions that will help you achieve those goals. Ideal Signs. Looking for something extra to get your business noticed? Ideal Signs specializes in custom signage and large digital format printing. Visit signsforsports.com. These broadcasts on SHN Sports are made possible by advertisers like these. If you would like to promote your business while also making an impact in the community, email Carl at shnsports.com for more information about advertising opportunities.
You know, some people only talk about social distancing like it's a bad thing. But as the day tripper traveling all over Texas, and with a Don Hewlett truck or SUV to take me anywhere I want to go, social distancing isn't really that bad at all. So, how far away is your Don Hewlett Chevrolet going to take you? Find new roads in Georgetown and at DonHewlett.com. Don Hewlett, Texas True. You know, some people only talk about social distancing like it's a bad thing. But as the day tripper traveling all over Texas, and with a Don Hewlett truck or SUV to take me anywhere I want to go, social distancing isn't really that bad at all. So, how far away is your Don Hewlett Chevrolet going to take you? Find new roads in Georgetown and at donhewlett.com. Don Hewlett, Texas True.
Hey, it's Jim from Hewlett Volkswagen in Georgetown. It's football season, which means you need a great team with a winning formula. Ours is making it easy on you to buy the Volkswagen model you want with our new Express online shopping tool. You can shop from home or safely with our team in the dealership. Then you get to take home the trophy. Right now, you can save $4,300 on a new 2021 Atlas S 2.0 Turbo. Hewlett Volkswagen, off I-35 in Westinghouse, or see for yourself at hewlettvw.com.
You're ready for the future?
And the future is full of possibilities.
Because your dream home,
Is right around the corner.
if you're ready for the next step
Or 2,
or 3,
we can help. At our bank, we're ready to help you open doors to your future.
our mortgage team is here and ready to begin your next step.
Doing the right things for the right reasons.
Welcome to our bank.
You belong here.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
This broadcast on SHN Sports is brought to you in part by our bank. You belong here. We take the time to listen to you and your financial needs and desires in order to help you create unique solutions that will help you achieve those goals. Ideal Signs. Looking for something extra to get your business noticed? Ideal Signs specializes in custom signage and large digital format printing. Visit signsforsports.com. These broadcasts on SHN Sports are made possible by advertisers like these. If you would like to promote your business while also making an impact in the community, email Carl at shnsports.com for more information about advertising opportunities.
Well, welcome back to the second half. Our score 7 for Eastview, 35 for your Kangaroos. We're waiting for the team to make their entrances back to the field. We'll give you some more score updates from around the district. At top of October at halftime, the Western Indians lead 12-7. Halftime out in Bryan, the Vikings down to the Waller Bulldogs. And welcome back to the field, your Killeen Kangaroos.
Welcome back, everyone. Michael Francis alongside the great one, the great Travis Banks, as we get ready to get this second half underway. Travis, we got to look for a lot of positives and coming out of this halftime break that Coach Feacock, which is something that he did extremely well last season, was going in at halftime, getting the players to make those mental adjustments in their mind, and coming out the second half and playing a lot crisper and a lot sharper.
Indeed, and I'm just kind of dumbfounded right now, Michael. I mean, 35-7. I was not expecting this from the Patriots, especially considering the type of season they had last year, and the extra couple of weeks that they've had to practice. But if there's one thing Coach Feacock is really good at, it's the X's and O's of the ball game, and that he was giving his team a talking to in the locker room over halftime. They've really just shot themselves in the foot more than anything. So many unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, many of those going against Charles Ross. You got to think Ross was at least individually sat down and spoken with. You have to you have to maintain control of your temper. Can't ever let that get the best of you, especially on the football field, especially with some flag-happy refs as we've got tonight. But we'll see what kind of changes have been made. The Patriots have shown some sparks of genius and creativity. They just haven't been able to fully capitalize on any of that in the first half.
You gotta stop the mental mistakes, and that's what the Patriots have been making. Is those mental mistakes, and it's cost them big time. You got some senior leadership in Charles Ross, and he's got to stand up and be that leader that the team needs him to be. Him and Isaiah Quentin Jackson.
Killeen received to open up the ball game, so they will kick off. Patriots will return. It's a squib kick that is fallen on at the 35-yard line by Eastview, and they will set up shop with some very decent field position. And Eastview looking to make a statement after a disastrous first quarter and only a partially disastrous second quarter if you really start to think about it. Killeen, however, they're just looking to maintain this 28-point lead that they have, and they're looking to go home with a victory in week 1.
So we've been working through some of our bugs. We think we've got them worked out now.
As Eastview is also hoping they have their bugs worked out, is on a read option play to kick off the second half. Tanner Ballou maintains possession of the ball, scrambles up the middle for a decent gain of about 3 yards. This will bring up second down and 7 for the Patriots. The ball will be spotted on the Patriots' own 38-yard line. And now Ballou is going to get reorganized in the shotgun. 3 receivers to his left. Killeen defense in the 3-4. Ballou takes the snap, drops back. He's got all day to throw. He throws over the middle. Pass intended for Jerry Barron, but falls incomplete just shy of the 45-yard line. That would have been a nice first down gain had Barron been able to bring that catch down. Instead, it'll be 3rd down and 7.
It's another low throw. And we actually do have a quarterback change. Peyton Adams is in at quarterback.
Indeed, it is Peyton Adams, and Peyton Adams in the gun now. 2 receivers on each side. Adams takes the snap, drops back, rolls out to the right side, throws over the middle.
Oh, he caught it. But if he hadn't, that should have been a pass interference penalty, as number 6 was draped all over his back.
Tyreek Styles Obasheri on the catch. That was Jaden Hill on the coverage and tackle. It'll be a first down for the Patriots. They come out in the gun. Adams has 3 receivers to his right, and he hands the ball off to Isaiah Quentin Jackson. Quentin Jackson rushing up the middle. I thought he was going to go for a long run. He picks up a first down and about double what he needed for a first down, so nothing to sneeze at. He will pick up a Patriots first down, and now the Patriots will continue to hurry up. 1st and 10, ball on the Killeen 36-yard line. Patriots in the gun, 3 receivers to the right. Adams now takes the snap and keeps it himself. He rolls out towards the middle of the field from the left hash mark and picks up a decent gain, a more than decent gain, about 8-9 yards. As the Patriots will briefly slow down for the marker to be set, the chain gang to set their line.
Actually, he gained 9 yards on that.
They're going to give him the first down.
Did they give him the first down?
They just did. So it'll be 1st and 10, another handoff to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who rolls out to the left side, breaks free, and rolls right into the end zone. Isaiah Quentin Jackson for 36 yards, and the Patriots, all of a sudden, are back in business. No flags on the field. Go ahead and count it for 6.
Patriots look like they've made some adjustments here with their first possession of the second half, with Peyton Adams coming in at quarterback to get the second half started, and he's been very effective. He's made some heads-up plays. He's only had 1 low throw.
And Patriots are going to go for 2 as Peyton Adams takes the snap and keeps it himself. He dives into the end zone. Are they going to give it to him? They did. So Peyton Adams converts the 2-point conversion Your new score is Killeen 35, Eastview 13.
15.
I'm sorry.
Oh, wait, no, there's a flag.
Yeah,
there is a flag.
I was looking around for the flag. That's why
It's
I got
on the far
distracted there.
sideline.
I apologize.
Oh, it's a sideline warning, so it looks like they did give him the 2 points. So the conversion is good, and Eastview issued a sideline warning.
Well, Eastview letting their emotions get the best of them so far tonight. But at least this is just a warning. And
Right.
It's for a very good thing, too. Not a lot of the trash talk that's been distributed by both sides on this evening here at Leo Buckley Stadium in Killeen, Texas. And again, if you're a fan tuning in, listening to Killeen, or if you're a Killeen fan tuning into our broadcast tonight, first of all, thank you very much for listening and watching. Your team will be playing down in Pflugerville next week as they take on the Hendrickson Hawks, whereas the Patriots will be right back up in this general area next week, a little bit closer to I-35, however, on the campus of the University of Mary Hardin-Baylor, as they will play visitor to Belton High School.
That'll be a nice, decent venue to broadcast from.
It's always fun when we're able to go into those college stadiums.
Right. Which I've done that several times with high school baseball, but it'll be my first time with football going into a college stadium.
Although you've got to admit, Michael, the way that a lot of these schools are, or districts, I should say, are building their new stadiums, their multi-million-dollar stadiums, there's some potential that some of these colleges could be challenged by these high school stadiums that are popping up everywhere. Patriots kick the ball off. Charles Ross, the kicker, and it's a squib kick. It's going to be knocked out of bounds and recovered by Shamar Sheaver. PA guy said Emery Arthur. I swear I saw Shamar Sheaver there knocking the ball out of bounds. It doesn't really matter at this point. It'll be 1st and 10, Killeen, as they lead by 20 points, 35-15, 10-19 to go here in the third quarter. If the Patriots want to get back on track, Michael, I think they need to get a defensive stop here and then score on their next offensive drive. Let the game get a little close before you allow Killeen to score anymore. And a flag comes out now. This is a delay of game. The play clock hits 0. Killeen will be moving back. And as you said, Michael, we've seen a fair number of delay of game penalties called so far this evening. At which point do you wonder if it's just jitters or something else?
Right.
Killeen now. Bailey, the quarterback, hands the ball off on a sweep. This is Arthur, Emery Arthur, running towards the sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds. Just shy of the 35-yard line, pushing Arthur out of bounds was Sterling Gaddis.
Looks like he picked up a gain of 5 on that play.
Indeed he did. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Ball spotted on Killeen's own 30-yard line. So Bailey in the gun. One running back on each side of Bailey. 2 receivers to the right. Bailey hands the ball off and nearly tackled behind the line of scrimmage is Marshall. And Marshall tries to swing away. He gains a yard, maybe 2, before being brought down by Eastview's Aaron Oleg. I might be mispronouncing that. I apologize. We'll have to get those pronunciations from Coach Feekoch next week. So a gain of 2 will bring up 3rd down and 3. Ball on the Killeen 32-yard line. Big third down for the Patriots defense. They'll hand the ball off to Marshall, and Marshall is stopped behind the line of scrimmage by a trio of Patriots defenders who just busted up that Killeen offensive line. Jason Karanko, one of the tacklers.
Looks like he just got back to the line of scrimmage.
Sterling Gaddis was in on that tackle as well. Try to get the third tackler's name. And this will bring up a fourth down and a punting situation for the Kangaroos. Back deep to return for the Patriots at the 30-yard line. Who else but Isaiah Quentin Jackson and Charles Ross, the two fastest players perhaps on this Patriots squad. Killeen's punt is up, and it will not be taken by the Patriots. They're going to let it bounce, and it's going to take a Killeen bounce all the way inside the 15, and takes a Patriot bounce before crossing the 10. It'll be down at the 11-yard line, and that is where the Patriots offense will go to work.
Well, I know that Charles Ross really wanted to come up and make the play on that, but the punt was low enough and was just end over end that if he had attempted to make that play on it, he could have squibbed it and turned it into a turnover, as Killeen was well covering that punt. So it was smart. It got by him. It cost him yardage, but it's better than a turnover.
Indeed it is. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Patriots' own 11. This is Peyton Adams dropping back at the screen pass. It's caught by Isaiah Quentin Jackson.
Oh, that's a horse collar and ripped his helmet off.
And Isaiah Quentin Jackson is not happy there. He did get the flag, however, though.
Call it a face mask, is what one referee called it.
Well, Isaiah Quentin Jackson's helmet was removed, so he'll have to sit this next play out. As you know, we are in the middle of a pandemic, but a lot of the normal UIL rules still apply, especially as it pertains to concussions. It'll be an automatic first down for the Patriots, and that will move them out of the shadow of their own goalpost into some more manageable field position. They will be spotted at their own 30-yard line. Adams in the gun, 2 receivers on each side. Huerta in at running back, and Adams is going to drop back. He throws a screen. It is caught at the 35-yard line.
Looks like it's going to be another first. Well, I'll keep watching the opposite field and see where he lines up, and he goes beyond the first down marker, and it's going to be 2nd down and 1.
We might have an injured player on the Killeen sideline. The player who made the catch, Tyreek Styles Obasheri, he's a little slow to get up. He was knocked out of bounds, and now the training staff is taking a look at him.
Well, I'll tell you what, I am really impressed in Adams. He's making his checks, and when he realizes he doesn't have an open receiver, he looks for his back and able to dump it off without taking a loss. So he works the field quickly. He's got good downfield vision. He's definitely making some real positive moves here tonight. So that's a good thing after seeing the first half where the Patriots were really struggling.
And my apologies, that was Jerry Barron who was down on the Killeen sideline, but he's running off the field under his own power. So, again, another situation where he might have just had the wind knocked out of him.
Adams, a junior.
And he will set up in the shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the left. He's going to hand off to Huerta, who runs up the middle. Can't quite get a lot off of that run. A solid 2, maybe 3 yards, depending on where they're going to spot the ball.
Oh, they did give him a first down on that last play. So this would be 2nd down and 8.
And the Patriots are going to hurry up as well. Adams getting back into the shotgun formation. 3 receivers to his left. Huerta in at running back. Adams takes the snap, drops back. He's going to step up into the pocket and keep it himself and scramble up the middle. He slides as he crosses the 50-yard line. He's going to be marked down about the Killeen 48-yard line.
He picks up another first down. He's heads up. He is making all his checks, seeing every receiver's covered, leaving the middle of the field open. He takes off and makes positive yardage and picks up another Patriot first down.
We knew there was going to be a battle for the quarterback position to see who would replace Jackson Colson. It looks like we're going to see it unfold right in front of our eyes as a handoff to Tyler Huerta. He makes it towards the left hash mark and is brought down just shy of the first down marker, a solid 6-yard gain or so for Huerta, who's just been, he's starting to find a groove as well. And this will be 2nd down and 5. Ball on the Killeen 43-yard line. Adams in the gun. 3 receivers to his right. Adams, he's going to keep it himself. It's a QB keeper. Rushes up the middle and is brought down after crossing the 40-yard line. Are they going to give him the first down? They are. So a 5, maybe a 6-yard gain for Peyton Adams. Gives the Patriots another first down. 6:32 and counting to go here in the third quarter. Patriots trail 35-15. Adams in the gun. 3 receivers to his right. Isaiah Quentin Jackson in at running back. Adams immediately throws left. It is caught at the 35-yard line, and that is Michael Sedgwick. As you can hear the train go by on this track just behind the Jumbotron here at Leo Buckley Stadium. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Patriots. Ball on the 36-yard line. It's a handoff to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who is swallowed up at the line of scrimmage, has nowhere really to go. And Isaiah Quentin Jackson's helmet comes loose again on this tackle, so he'll have to sit out this next play. On the tackle for Killeen was Sermon McLeod.
Looks like a loss of a yard. 3rd down and...
that would officially be no gain, although it looks like they're marking a 1-yard loss. Scoreboard is not updated. It'll be 3rd and 9, and it's a screen pass that is caught by Obasheri, and he picks up a first down and a whole lot more as he's pushed out of bounds just shy of the 15-yard line. A great catch and run by Tyreek Styles Obasheri, the sophomore, and he's had a pretty good game tonight so far, Michael.
I'll tell you what, you're seeing some players that are really rising to the top here. You're seeing Huerta. He's doing a great job carrying the ball. You're seeing Peyton Adams doing an excellent job so far this second half. And then a new name in Obasheri making some things happen today. So some new names and faces that are making things happen. You're seeing some old faces in Isaiah Quentin Jackson and Charles Ross that, offensively are making some things happen. And then Thomas Thornburg on defense, you're hearing his name called a lot, making some key tackles. So definitely some good things happen. Michael Sedgwick, another one of those old familiar names, and Jerry Barron from last year. We're seeing some positive things happen. Some new faces coming in here and trying to gel and make a name for themselves and help out this Patriot football team.
And, that's the genius of Coach Feacock is that he's only the 2nd head coach in program history, this being his 2nd year. Of course, Coach Rob Davies was the head coach from Eastview's inception, their first year of varsity in 2012 until the end of the 2018 season. But Coach Feacock just has a different mindset. In the past, the Patriots would have fallen behind 28-7, and the game would have been over. But these Patriots fight. You have to earn your victory against these Patriots.
Another bad snap is going to cost the Patriots some field position.
Right after I went on about how big of fighters this team is.
All right. Looks like they lost about 10 yards.
Just a bad snap, but again, that's probably to be expected. Again, the Patriots are working in a new center this year. That is the junior Mac Howard, and I think they were ready for the growing pains that go along with that.
They made the adjustment. Call it 2nd down and 18.
Either way, a big loss.
It's like we got another injured player on the field. But a great point that you were bringing up, Travis, with Coach Feekoch in his second year and really, really getting these guys to play the way that he wants them to and make the necessary adjustments in order to be competitive. And this second half is a much better start than the first half. So, one of the names that we called regularly last year was Marion Brooks. And so far tonight, I don't think he's been on the field.
I haven't seen him on the field as well. I believe that's one of the reasons why Tyler Huerta has been getting so much time as.
In fact, I'm looking over there. He's actually not suited out. He's in his jersey over on the sideline.
We are in the middle of a pandemic. Workout injuries still happen. I don't think the school districts are going to be as lax about grading this year as they were for the last 9 or so weeks of last year's school year.
Right. Yeah, your heart goes out to all those students that didn't get to play in the spring season.
As a screen pass is caught by Isaiah Quinton Jackson after Peyton Adams nearly takes a sack, but too little too late for the Patriots. They're able to gain maybe 6 yards, still unable to get back to the original line of scrimmage. This will be third and very, very long for the Patriots. Ball is going to be on the Killeen 20. So Eastview has a chance to score as the clock is temporarily stopped with 4:37 to go here in the third quarter. Killeen leading at 35-15. Adams takes the snap, throws right. He's got a man in the end zone. It's Charles Ross, and nearly intercepted. The ball falls incomplete. A great throw by Peyton Adams. It was anybody's ball. However, that defender for the Kangaroos, that on defense, that was Xavier George, and he nearly had his interception there in the end zone. He was kind of beating the ground as he got up off the field because he knew he could have gotten the touchback there.
He definitely had that covered well. Okay, repeat third down.
So they're going to repeat the third down with a 5-yard penalty, so it'll be third down and 10, ball on the Killeen 15-yard line. Peyton Adams in the gun. It's going to be the same play. He throws towards the right corner of the end zone, and some arms were tangled up there. The pass intended, I believe that was Obashere again. I will try to get that number in just a moment. And intended for either Obashere or Charles Ross. Great defensive coverage by Dermonte Williams.
Looks like Adams with a cramp in his calf.
Hopefully just something that can be stretched out or rubbed out, maybe a little bit of Gatorade or something.
Yeah, he's in a lot of pain. That muscle is just locked up.
Well, the Patriots are going to bring Tanner Ballou back out onto the field to play quarterback now with the absence of Peyton Adams, who's been playing exceptionally well tonight so far. And maybe this will maybe getting benched at the start of the second half will light a fire under Ballou, as Ballou will take the snap and rush up the middle on fourth down. Nowhere to go.
Turnover on downs.
So Ballou unable to get anything on a quarterback keeper. And as you said, Michael, turnover on downs. So Killeen will take over with 4:21 to go here in the third quarter. They lead at 35-15 over Eastview. And now they'll have another shot at offense starting out at their own 15-yard line. This is Ahmad Bailey Bailey drops back, throws over the middle. He's got his intended receiver, it's just off of his fingertips. The pass intended for Jacobia Thomas.
It was a beautiful pass, but just led him just a skosh too far. Got his fingertips on it, but could not haul it in. But it was a nice looking pass.
Very nice pass, and one that Eastview kind of lucked out with. As Bailey will come back out in the gun. 2 running backs, 2 receivers to his left, and he's going to throw to one of those receivers on the left. It is caught at the 15-yard line. No gain after that play. Making the catch for the Kangaroos was Devontae Monroe.
Like they might give him a yard. That's hard to tell with the guy with the yard marker. No gain.
Alessandro Perez making the tackle there for the Patriots, a sophomore, another new name for the 2020 season. Clock continues to tick, 3:40 to go and counting here in the third quarter. Killeen leads at 35-15. Bailey now on third down. He'll throw a screen pass that is immediately broken up, bounced off either a helmet or a shoulder pad. I'm not sure if that was off the intended target. Was Kadarius Marshall, or if that bounced off one of the Patriots defenders. Either way, the ball hit the ground, and it'll bring up 4th down in a punting situation for the Kangaroos. Clock stops temporarily with 3:32 to go in the third quarter, so the Patriots will get another shot, and if they can score one more touchdown before the end of the third quarter, then they might be in business for a really big fourth quarter.
Yeah, so you got Jerry Barron and Charles Ross back deep.
That punt is short and ends up going out of bounds just after crossing the 50. The referees are going to mark it at the Eastview 46-yard line. So the Patriots will have starting field position as about as close to midfield as you could hope for.
Patriots defensively making some adjustments and not allowing these big explosive plays that Killeen was getting away with back in the first half. Looks like they've settled in, knocked off the jitters, and are starting to play some respectable Eastview Patriot football.
1st and 10 for the Patriots. Ball on the 46-yard line. And Peyton Adams is back in at quarterback. He hands the ball off to Isaiah Quentin Jackson. A flag is thrown as Quentin Jackson rushes towards the Patriots sideline. Picks up a few yards, a solid 4, maybe 5-yard gain. No, they're going to give him 3 yards on that one, but we still have to wait and see what these flags are about. And there is a Patriot that is a little slow to get up. We'll zoom out. Although he is walking off the field under his own power. That is Benjamin Martin. Just a little shaken up after that play.
Yeah, Martin, the senior. Going back to all the spring activities that were canceled. I myself, I have been the play-by-play voice for Rouse Raider baseball for the past 9 years now. And we only got to call one game before the season was officially shut down.
You got a feel for the seniors.
Yeah, none of them able to walk across, but that also goes towards the college ranks too. You know, they didn't get to walk across a lot in a lot of universities. And I know my son, he's a senior at McNeese this year, and he's looking to graduate in 21.
As 1st down and 20 for the Patriots. Peyton Adams' attempted pass falls incomplete. After that penalty, boy, Eastview just shooting themselves in the foot penalty-wise this evening. As they've slowed their tempo down just a bit. However, that is probably because the clock is stopped based on that incomplete pass.
And it started back up again with only 12 seconds on it. And
Peyton Adams takes the snap, throws right. It is caught at the 35-yard line and juking around some defenders, and finally brought down at the 40-yard line is Tyler Wagner. And Wagner is brought down by Christian Rodriguez after a solid gain that'll make it third down and only slightly long instead of very long. About a 4-yard gain on that catch, so it'll be third down and 16 officially. Adams has his work cut out for him in the gun. 2 receivers on each side. Adams takes the snap and drops back. He's under pressure. He throws a screen, and it is caught by Jerry Barron at about the 42-yard line, and Barron knocked out of bounds by Killeen's Christian Rodriguez yet again. Couldn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage, so this will bring up a 4th down and long and a punting situation for the Patriots. Clock will temporarily stop with 2:07 to go here in the third quarter. Killeen still leads at 35-15. Killeen has, to the Patriots' defensive credit, been held scoreless in this second half so far. Charles Ross now will punt for the Patriots, and it will be taken at the 25-yard line and rushing out to the right sideline, and finally brought out of bounds is Shamar Cheever.
That's another one of those mental mistakes. He was well outside of that wide stripe, and he got laid out of bounds, so that'll tack on another 15 yards to the end of that run. And you have to stop the mental mistakes. And the good thing about it is this game doesn't count. So, if you're going to do it here, and let's get it out of our system, and let's correct those mistakes so that it doesn't cost us later on down the road.
And here's another penalty on Eastview, this one called specifically on Logan Williams, that will push the Patriots defense back, and the Killeen offense, it'll get them into Eastview territory now. And, Michael, to your point about penalties like that, mental mistakes, I'll get back to that thought in just a second as Marshall takes the handoff. He's got a first down and a whole lot more. Kadarius Marshall makes it to the 10-yard line. About a 30-yard run on that play. Marshall finally brought down out of bounds by a Patriot defender who is down and a little slow to get up. We'll get the camera off of that player for just a moment. I believe that was Tyreek Styles Obasheri. Trying to get a better look at that number.
Seeing a lot of cramps. He's having cramps down in his calves. Several players are starting to cramp. So you got to stay really hydrated, but you can't do it when the game starts. You got to be doing that
throughout the week.
Make sure you're staying well hydrated, getting enough potassium. Your electrolytes are all in balance. Maybe they need that chart that Coach Herman put up. What was it, last year? He put up the urine color chart?
It was the year before.
Or the year before?
Yeah. Championship.
This is how to tell if you're well hydrated or not, by the color of your urine. So it was kind of a big thing just a couple years ago. It is kind of going through the system.
And the weather has been so nice in Texas the last couple of days. I wonder if the sudden humidity returning today has anything to do with these cramps. As Killeen hands the ball off, the quarterback Bailey hands the ball off, I should say. No gain on this carry. That was Kadarius Marshall on the carry. And he was brought down by, looks to be Sterling Gaddis.
I can't tell. No, I think that was Peyton Adams. Is he playing defense too?
I thought I saw number 10.
It may be 10. I wouldn't think you'd have your quarterback out there playing defense.
No, unless your depth chart was so thin but I don't think Coach Feakoch has that big of a problem with that this year. Bailey now taking the snap, throws, looks left. It is caught in the corner of the end zone for a 10-yard touchdown. Making the catch for the Kangaroos was Jacobia Thomas.
Yeah, it is Peyton Adams out there.
Okay, well, my mistake. That was Peyton Adams on the tackle last play and not Sterling Gaddis. I need to invest in a pair of binoculars. I tell myself I'm going to do that every year, and then I think I can squint and see the numbers.
All right.
I thought maybe the live video would help me out with that this year. At least I know I've got some rust I can work out over the next week or so as well.
Well, I think we all do. You know, I'm sitting here running the scoreboard, and I know I've made some mistakes.
So your new score with 44 seconds to go here in the third quarter, Killeen 42, Eastview 15. We will take a brief pause for a commercial break. We'll be right back after these messages.
You know, some people only talk about social distancing like it's a bad thing. But as the day tripper traveling all over Texas, and with a Don Hewlett truck or SUV to take me anywhere I want to go, social distancing isn't really that bad at all. So, how far away is your Don Hewlett Chevrolet going to take you? Find new roads in Georgetown and at donhewlett.com. Don Hewlett, Texas True.
And we're back with you. And thank our sponsors, Hewlett Chevrolet and Hewlett VW, Grand Endeavor Homes, Our Bank, Ideal Signs. We thank you for your partnership and sponsorship of Georgetown Eastview Patriot football.
And again, we'd like to apologize for all the technical issues we were dealing with in the first half that prevented some of these great commercials from being played from our great sponsors. We will make up with that here in a bit, as Charles Ross will take this kickoff from the 10-yard line, and Ross makes it to almost the 30-yard line before being gang tackled by a slew of Killeen Kangaroos. And this will set up Eastview with a very good field position here at their own 30-yard line. .31-yard line, I should say, as the Patriots trail 42-15 here. 37 seconds to go in the third quarter. Adams back in at quarterback in an offset I formation. And he'll hand the ball off to Isaiah Quentin Jackson. And Isaiah Quentin Jackson almost can't make it to the 35-yard line. So a solid gain of about 4 on that run. Brings up second down and 6. Patriots now, same formation. Adams hands the ball off to Quentin Jackson again. Quentin Jackson goes around.
It's going to be a face mask.
He tried to spin around the defenders because his lane got clogged up. And again, yeah, like you said, Michael, the flag, they're just really targeting Isaiah Quentin Jackson's face and helmet whenever the defenders are out there on the field with him.
Well, Quentin Jackson is a master of the spin, of the art of the spin, and it's really wreaking havoc with these defenders, and they start grabbing at anything, and they grab at his face mask. And he picks up the first down.
Automatic first down thanks to that face mask penalty, and it looks like, yes, they will cross over into the Killeen side of the field. Ball will be spotted at the Killeen 49-yard line. And
they're going to take a timeout.
No,
that's the end of the
end
quarter.
Of the third quarter. So just like that, Killeen continues their domination of the Eastview Patriots here, and there's still 12 minutes to go in the opening game of the 2020 football season. Your score at the end of 3, Killeen 42, Eastview 15. We'll be right back for the exciting conclusion of this game right after these messages. You're watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports.
Welcome back as we're set to get the fourth quarter underway as Eastview has the ball.
Indeed, this is 1st and 10. Adams coming out in the shotgun formation, and he throws right. It is caught at the 35-yard line by Charles Ross. Ross is pushed out of bounds just shy of the 30-yard line by Xavier George. And that'll be a huge first down for the Patriots to start off the fourth quarter.
Peyton Adams doing a great job of setting his feet and making the throw right into the chest of Charles Ross.
Peyton Adams hands the ball off to Tyler Huerta now. And Huerta really has nowhere to go. He's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of about 1 on that play. And making the tackle for the Kangaroos was Leandro Ingram. Adams in the gun, drops back, throws to the right. Nearly intercepted in the end zone by Xavier George again. Adams' intended target was Charles Ross. He well overthrew Ross. It looked like he was expecting Ross to just run underneath that pass.
That's what it's intended to do. It's that timing fade route that you're looking to make work, but he was in double coverage, and Killeen does a good job of knocking that one away from Charles Ross.
And now Adams makes the throw, catch caught by Isaiah Quentin Jackson. And Isaiah Quentin Jackson spins around and the ball comes loose but rolls out of bounds. So the Patriots just narrowly avoid disaster with another turnover. And they do pick up a first down as well. So they enter the red zone. And, well, a lot of good stuff came out of that play, actually, now that I think about it out loud, Michael.
Right.
Not just the fumble.
So the yard of gain stopped when he fumbled the ball.
Adams throwing a quick slant route that falls incomplete, intended for Charles Ross.
Yeah, that was right in there. He should have caught that one. That's on him.
Xavier George was on the coverage there.
I think he was looking toward the end zone and took his eyes off the ball for just a moment, just long enough for it to fall in and out of his breadbasket.
So this will be 2nd down and 10. Ball on the 20-yard line. Adams rolls out to the left after taking the snap. He throws. It's caught at the 10-yard line. Caught by Obasheri, who is brought down almost immediately after making the catch. And he was brought down by Jawan Martinez. And now the Patriots will continue to hurry up. Adams in the gun. 3 receivers to his right. Adams takes the snap, and he's going to keep it himself. Rushes up the middle, has a pretty big hole, makes it inside the 5, and is finally brought down at the 4, maybe the 3-yard line. Making the tackle was Leandro Ingram. And now this will be 2nd down and goal from the 4. Adams hands the ball off to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who is tackled just shy of the goal line. Isaiah Quentin Jackson was trying to spin around into the end zone, just barely unable to make it across the plane. And this will bring up a huge 3rd and goal here for the Patriots. You've got to think this is 4-down territory as well, Michael. 9:48 and counting to go here. Patriots trail 42-15. Adams now on 3rd down. Hands the ball off to Isaiah Quentin Jackson. The offensive line tried to push him in. Are they going to give him the touchdown? From my vantage point, it didn't look like he made it in, and one of the line judges agrees with me. It'll be 4th and goal from the 1, and the Patriots almost have to go for this, Michael. And they will indeed. It's going to be a push. Peyton Adams trying to get inside on a quarterback sneak.
He didn't make it.
And the defensive line overpowers the Patriots' offensive line. Peyton Adams stuffed at the line of scrimmage. A goal line stand by the Killeen Kangaroos that will result in a turnover on downs here. 9:15 to go in the 4th quarter. Killeen leading 42-15.
Now, Killeen did a good job of stuffing the box right there, and that's probably a point where you got to, as coach, you got to look at it and think, maybe I need to call a timeout. But, you can't second-guess coaches when they're in the middle of the game, those things. It's easy to be an armchair quarterback and sit up here and say, well, maybe. But when you're in the middle of the game and you're trying to be strategic, it's hard to do. So I wouldn't want to do that. Looks like we got a false start on Killeen, and that'll take it back half the distance from the 1-yard line.
So to the half-yard line.
Yeah, to the half-yard line.
Well, this is that territory where you don't want to do anything stupid because you cough up the football here this deep into your own territory. Patriots could fall on it and score a defensive touchdown. You don't want that. So Killeen just trying to run some time off the clock, hope to open up a hole for one of their many running backs who have just dominated the ground. They've had a couple of guys dominating on the ground tonight, Michael. The biggest one is probably Kadarius Marshall. And making the tackle for the Patriots was Alessandro Perez, as this will be 2nd down and 5 for the Kangaroos. Bailey, a high snap. He keeps it himself after faking a handoff and tries to scramble towards the left hash mark. Brought down just around the 10-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 2.
Went into that slide. It's fortunate enough Huerta didn't get called for the penalty as he was diving in, as he was sliding. When they slide like that, you're supposed to lay off because they're defenseless at that. They're considered defenseless at that point. So got to be careful.
3rd down and 2 for the Kangaroos now. Bailey in the gun, 2 receivers to his right. Bailey takes the snap. He keeps it himself. He's under pressure, nearly wrapped up. He avoids it. Did he get the first down? He powered his way through.
They're waving him forward. 1st down.
He was brought down by Jason Soronko.
God, you can't tackle up high and expect to keep that guy from getting loose, and that's what Eastview did. They had him up high, but they couldn't get around his legs to bring him down. At that point, you're trying to do it all with your arms, and that's not always successful.
Bailey in the gun on 1st and 10 for the Kangaroos. He takes the snap and hands the ball off to the back. Back is almost immediately tackled. Looked to be Alessandro Perez on the tackle there.
I'll tell you what, that snap was a bullet. That was a quick snap from the center to the quarterback, and I think it surprised the quarterback that he got there so quickly.
Indeed it did. Looked to be Xavier George on the carry on that last play. Again, Alessandro Perez making the tackle. So this will be 2nd down and 10 for the Kangaroos. And Bailey fakes a handoff. He throws over the middle, and it is intercepted by Obasheri. What a great play by the sophomore, giving the Patriots some life on defense. The first turnover of the game for Eastview now.
Well, that's a young man making a big name for himself here tonight. And that's how you secure a starting position. And you make the coaches happy.
Took some time for the Patriots to warm up here, but looks like it might be too little too late. 6:33 to go here in the ball game. Killeen leading 42-15. And now Eastview. Killeen showing blitz. Peyton Adams in the gun. He rolls out to the right side. He's got great coverage. Throws caught at the 35-yard line. That's Obasheri again. He's wide open, and he gets a first down and a whole lot more. He's pushed out of bounds just shy of the 20-yard line. So he'll pick up a 1st and 10 for the Patriots.
Yeah, for the Patriots, the takeaways from tonight. As they get set are some.
Handoff to Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who rushes up the middle, has a huge hole, and is finally brought down. I believe he picked up another first down for the Patriots. He did. They are moving the chains.
Yeah, they're going 10 yards at a clip, so they got to wait for the chains to get set before they can go. Whoa.
And high snap.
Great job by Peyton Adams. He's
wisely throws it away.
Wisely throws it away as he stumbled, and looked like as he was stumbling, his legs started cramping up again. At very heads-up play. He's a headsy player. You know, they've had some problems with the center snapping the ball tonight. That's been a big problem because that puts the ball on the turf a lot of times, or you're asking your quarterback to do more than he should and trying to make the play. So a good center is crucial to the success of this offense. But, you know, going back to the positives that we're seeing tonight, you're seeing some guys that are standing up and making some plays. Peyton Adams comes in the second half. The offense gets behind him. They're having success on some big plays. Obasheri, name that we didn't have last year, has really been a standout player tonight. Huerta, he's had some success running the ball tonight with Marion Brooks out. Isaiah Quentin Jackson has had some success. Charles Ross has had some success. Jerry Barron is having some success. And, offensively, you got to look at your line because those players wouldn't have that success if it wasn't for those guys up front.
So this will be a 1st and 10 for the Patriots. It'll be a handoff to Huerta, and Huerta really has nowhere to go. Gain of a yard, if that. And he was brought down by Leandro Ingram. So official will be 2nd and goal from the 9-yard line for the Patriots. Adams in the gun. Play action pass, throws it to the right side. The pass falls incomplete. It was intended for Charles Ross. It was a bullet of a throw that Ross just couldn't catch.
That was a great effort by Charles Ross to try to make that play. Unfortunately, it was a low throw from Peyton Adams, but great effort by Charles Ross to try to make something happen.
This will be 3rd down and goal from the 9. Peyton Adams now scrambling for his life, and he's finally brought down. Credited for the sack will be the Kangaroos' Jose Moody, the senior defensive lineman. And the Patriots looked like they were knocking on the door of the end zone, and now they're going to have to go for it from quite a distance away. This is not field goal territory. This is touchdown territory.
Yeah, it's 4 down.
4th down now. Peyton Adams takes the snap, drops back, throws over the middle. It is caught by Jerry Barron, in for the touchdown. 18 yards. Peyton Adams connects with Jerry Barron for Jerry Barron's first touchdown catch of the season. The first of hopefully many for both the quarterback and the wide receiver.
Very heads-up play by Adams as he sets his feet in the pocket and delivers the strike over the middle to Jerry Barron in the end zone.
And the Patriots will go for two. Peyton Adams. Oh, a perfectly thrown pass.
And nobody covering Isaiah Quentin Jackson.
Isaiah Quentin Jackson, the one making the catch. The Kangaroos fell for the screen pass. And they fell for it good. So your new score with 4:50 remaining here in the ball game. Killeen 42, Eastview 23. Eastview attempting to make a comeback. It might be too little too late, however. We'll have to see how their defense stands. But what is more important, however, is Obasheri getting that interception, and that directly led to 8 Eastview points. So a lot of positives to take away from that drive, and we'll go over those after this brief commercial message. Stay tuned. You're watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports.
Hey, it's Jeff from Hewlett Volkswagen in Georgetown. It's football season, which means you need a great team with a winning formula. Ours is making it easy on you to buy the Volkswagen model you want with our new Express online shopping tool. You can shop from home or safely with our team in the dealership. Then you get to take home the trophy. Right now, you can save $4,300 on a new 2021 Atlas S 2.0 Turbo. Hewlett Volkswagen, off I-35 in Westinghouse, or see for yourself at hewlettvw.com.
Back here at Leo Buckley Stadium, where the Patriots have cut their deficit to a score of 42-23 with 4:50 to go here in the ball game. Thank you very much for tuning into Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports. My name is Travis Banks. I'm joined alongside, as always, Mr. Michael Francis. As Charles Ross will attempt an onside kick here for the Patriots. And the Kangaroos are able to maintain possession and get some decent field position out of that.
I think it's going to be offsides on the kicking team.
Jaden Hill was the return man recovering that onside kick. And as you said, Michael, flag on the play close to the 40-yard line there. Just got to wait and see what it's all about. Offsides on Alessandro Perez. So the Kangaroos will have some really good field position here with 4:45 to go in the ball game. They lead 42-23, and it's a handoff to the back, who avoids a couple of tackles and is finally viciously brought down by Tyler Wagner. On the carry for the Kangaroos was Javon McDonald.
Looks like he just got back to the line of scrimmage, right?
He definitely went east to west, a lot more distance than he went north to south. And yeah, they're going to mark him down at the original line of scrimmage. Vicious tackling by Tyler Wagner there as Bailey comes back out in the shotgun formation for the Kangaroos. Bailey takes the snap, and he's going to keep it himself. He scrambles up the middle and is tripped up.
Got another flag. Looks like the area of a hold.
Alessandro Perez making the tackle.
And indeed it is. Back him up 10, and it'll be second down and 20.
As you said, Michael, 2nd and 20 for the Kangaroos. Bailey in the gun, 2 receivers to his left. He hands the ball off to his running back, who is tackled almost immediately. On the carry was Shamar Cheever. Sterling Gaddis on the tackle for the Patriots. As this will be 3rd and very long for the Kangaroos as they continue to try to milk this clock. 3:22 and counting here to go in the ball game. Killeen leading at 42-23. Expect a running play here to milk more clock. Bailey looks to throw, and he does to the right side, wide open in the end zone, but it falls incomplete.
And there's a flag on the play. So we'll hold the phone here. I guess decline the penalty. And it should be a turnover on downs, right? Or it should be 4th down.
Well, the pass was intended for Devontae Monroe, and Monroe just kind of overstepped himself. He was about 2 steps too far to make that catch.
He was underthrown, yeah, it was underthrown. But he was wide open, and there wasn't anybody getting to him.
I think the Patriots defense saw Bailey start to scramble, and they decided to go and focus on him, and that left Monroe wide open in the corner of the end zone, and the Patriots catching a lucky break.
They're attempting a 45-yard field goal, and it's no good.
No good at all.
Turnover on downs.
Well, that's the thing about high school football. A lot of these kickers are not able to make kicks of that distance, which is why you rarely see field goals.
You don't see them from that distance anyway. You know, you have an exceptional kicker if you're lining up for a 45-yard field goal at the high school level. And one of them that I can think of most notably was Cameron Dicker from Lake Travis. You know, it wasn't uncommon for him to kick a 50-yard field goal.
Dicker the kicker. As it'll be Patriots ball on 1st and 10. Adams throws. It is caught at the 35-yard line by Obasheri. And Obasheri with a decent gain on that catch. We've got a Kangaroo a little slow to get up there. That will temporarily stop play. 2:41 to go here in the ball game. Killeen leads at 42-23. As we want to take this opportunity to thank all of our sponsors for putting these broadcasts together. We could not do it without you, and we also couldn't do these broadcasts without you, the fans. We thank you for choosing to spend your Friday night here with us, and we will be here over the next several weeks. Barring any unforeseen pandemic-related shutdowns again.
Let's take a break while we're waiting for an injured player to come off the field and hear from our sponsor,
You're ready for the future?
And the future is full of possibilities.
Because your dream home
Is right around the corner.
If you're ready for the next step
Or 2.
or 3,
We can help. At our bank, we're ready to help you open doors to your future.
our mortgage team is here and ready to begin your next step.
Doing the right things for the right reasons.
Welcome to our bank.
You belong here.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back as we're getting things started here.
Adams drops back, throws towards the right, intended for Charles Ross.
Yeah, we're going to have defensive holding on Killeen against Charles Ross. He's tugging at that jersey. That's going to cost him one.
See the flag that was thrown. It's right there on the 45-yard line. Trying to get it in the center of the screen right there. This might be on the Patriots. They started moving forward. Oh, now they will. It is defensive pass interference. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down, and that will put the Patriots into Killeen territory. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Killeen 49-yard line. Adams comes out in the gun, trips to his left. Bad snap, and Adams just has to pick it up and take the sack. That on the tackle for the Kangaroos was Patrick Hayes, the junior linebacker.
So that's going to be 2nd down and 21.
Second down and 21, as you said, Michael. Adams takes the snap, drops back. He's going to throw the screen pass. He overthrows his intended target, Isaiah Quentin Jackson. Quentin Jackson tried to leap and make a one-handed grab, just couldn't make it. That'll stop the clock with 1:55 to go in the ball game and bring up 3rd down and very, very long for the Patriots.
It's one of the few miscues we've seen from Peyton Adams this second half, as he has done well to hit his targets.
Patriots just started out slow and could never fully recover. Killeen taking full advantage as Adams throws to the right, intended again for Charles Ross.
He makes the catch, but he was out of bounds. He did try to sell it, though, that he got his feet in bounds.
Well, at this point, that's all you can really do is at least try to get the ref to swing a call your way.
Right. 1 minute, 48 seconds left in this contest. Here, the Patriots are in a 4th and 21 position. Charles Ross on to punt the ball away.
And back to return for the Kangaroos is Xavier George. Ross's punt has some distance, and it will take a Patriot bounce all the way past the 10-yard line.
Well, somebody kicked it.
So they'll have to rule that down at the 8-yard line. And the Kangaroos now. Patriots have all 3 timeouts left, but with 92 seconds left to go in the ball game, I'm not sure what use it would be to use those. We'll see what happens. You got to expect Killeen will just run out these final 92 seconds and be satisfied going home tonight with a win in week 1 and a dominating win at that, 42-23, most of those points coming in the first half, specifically the first quarter. It was 21-0 before we could even blink at the start of this broadcast, and Killeen really just never let up. The Patriots, though, bless their hearts, they tried. It never really felt like they were truly out of this game. And Killeen will go into the victory formation. Bailey will kneel the ball. And they will continue to run the clock out. 1:22 and counting to go here.
Yeah, they're not running the play clock. I don't know, is that a rule within a minute and a half? There you go. There, set it at 40.
And it'll get started again, yeah. Killeen just going to milk these final remaining seconds. There's about a 35-second differential between the game clock and the play clock. So we will need to see at least one more kneel down.
Well, you'll see it get to 40 seconds, and then they'll do it, and that'll do the game. So they get down below that 40-second mark. They can snap it, and it's done.
And that is indeed what will happen. Bailey kneels the ball a second time. And now there is less game clock remaining than there is on the play clock. So that will be it for the ball game. Score not official yet. We still got about 20 seconds before the final buzzer hits. But the teams are going to go ahead and walk off the field. And it looks like they are still going to be doing their handshakes at the 50-yard line. Oh, they're doing a socially distant handshake. Look at that. Both teams coming out onto the 45-yard line. As the clock officially hits 0, so your final score, Killeen 42, Eastview 23. Michael, we'll go ahead and play the rest of those ads we need to play, and then we will be back with our final analysis and a preview of next week's matchup for the Eastview Patriots. Stay tuned. We will be right back. You're watching Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports.
This broadcast on SHN Sports is brought to you in part by Our Bank. You belong here. We take the time to listen to you and your financial needs and desires in order to help you create unique solutions that will help you achieve those goals. Ideal Signs. Looking for something extra to get your business noticed? Ideal Signs specializes in custom signage and large digital format printing. Visit signsforsports.com. These broadcasts on SHN Sports are made possible by advertisers like these. If you would like to promote your business while also making an impact in the community, email Carl at shnsports.com for more information about advertising opportunities.
You're ready for the future?
And the future is full of possibilities.
Because your dream home
Is right around the corner.
If you're ready for the next step
Or 2,
or 3,
we can help. At our bank, we're ready to help you open doors to your future.
our mortgage team is here and ready to begin your next step.
Doing the right things for the right reasons.
Welcome to our bank.
You belong here.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, it's Jim from Hewlett Volkswagen in Georgetown. It's football season, which means you need a great team with a winning formula. Ours is making it easy on you to buy the Volkswagen model you want with our new Express online shopping tool. You can shop from home or safely with our team in the dealership. Then you get to take home the trophy. Right now, you can save $4,300 on a new 2021 Atlas S 2.0 Turbo. Hewlett Volkswagen, off I-35 in Westinghouse, or see for yourself at hewlettvw.com.
You know, some people only talk about social distancing like it's a bad thing. But as the day tripper traveling all over Texas, and with a Don Hewlett truck or SUV to take me anywhere I want to go, social distancing isn't really that bad at all. So, how far away is your Don Hewlett Chevrolet gonna take you? Find new roads in Georgetown and at donhewlett.com. Don Hewlett, Texas True.
We're back here on Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports. I'm Travis Banks alongside Michael Francis. I believe this is our first on-camera introduction to the Patriot fan base with a live video. I thought let's go ahead and show ourselves to the fan base.
Yeah, there you go.
And I wish the Patriots could have had as much fun as we are right now, just being on camera for the first time in our Eastview history. 42-23 loss for the Patriots tonight against the Killeen Kangaroos. Michael, it was just a bad start for the Patriots. They gave up a huge kickoff return, and they just really never looked back. Killeen scored on their first play of the game. It was 14-0, just like that, and again 21-0. The Patriots, again, they never felt like they were truly out of this game, but it was just too much to overcome. And by the time they started to get things rolling, it was already too late.
Yeah, it was. They got behind really quickly, and Killeen came out on fire and made some big explosive offensive plays that just kind of caught the Patriots off guard. And they got that big lead out ahead of them, and from then you're trying to make those adjustments, and tempers are starting to flare. So, you've got some people making some late hits and getting some personal fouls. And then some unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. Those are mental mistakes that you don't need to make. And if you're going to make them, as we mentioned through the broadcast, you got to make them in these games here where they don't count. Because when you're in district play, then it matters because you're fighting for that elusive playoff spot. Last year, Eastview made those playoffs and took an early exit, but, at least they got there. they had some games where they were up early and had some big leads and ended up blowing those leads in the game. Tonight we've seen some plays made through adversity. They never hung their heads. They came back in the second half. Exactly what we talked about at halftime with Coach Feacock being able to make the adjustments last year. We see the same thing happening this year. He comes out, he makes the transition. That may have been his game plan. To come in, we're going to start Tanner Ballou for the first half of this game, and then we're going to bring Peyton Adams in the second half. I want to see the difference between these two players. Peyton Adams had a lot more success. The offense seemed to work well under his leadership. Had some explosive plays happen. You saw some names come up that you hadn't heard before, but you also saw some names that you had heard before that were big playmakers last year that came back in today and made some big plays. Charles Ross, Jerry Barron, Isaiah Quentin Jackson. You're seeing those names out there, but the new names that you see, Thomas Huerta, you saw what was the one guy's name? Number 3.
Obasheri.
Obasheri.
Styles Obasheri.
Yeah. So, and my apologies to that young man for not getting his name right, but you're seeing some great plays come from him. Thomas Thornburg on defense, made some stellar stops. And some key plays on defense, and that's what they're going to have. We're seeing some of the same things last year where we saw teams pick at the corners on the Patriots and have success on those outside corners, picking at the corners. So if you can make those defensive changes and stop that kind of stuff, you're gonna see some defensive success because you are missing some great players that graduated last year on the defensive side of the ball. So there's positives to take away from tonight, and I think Coach Feacock has a lot of material to work with. He's got a lot that he saw tonight from his players that they can improve on, and easy correctable mistakes. It's not that they came out here and that they were physically overmatched by this Killeen Kangaroo football team. Once they got everything going, they proved that they could be on this field with this team out here today.
You mentioned the physical aspect as well, and that's something you have to remember as well. This Killeen team is technically a 6A squad, a grade, a class level above Eastview's 5A. And so naturally they're going to have more players. They're not going to have as many depth issues. They might have, better facilities for, getting all these athletes into shape. But I do believe Eastview held their own. And as you said, Michael, so many new names on this Eastview roster that took the ball and ran with it tonight. And I feel like that's something that Coach Feacock can build upon for the rest of this season. As you said, obviously he's going to work with his team about getting rid of all these mental mistakes over the next week, because you can't go into week 2 and be getting unsportsmanlike conducts or false starts or anything like that, like we saw tonight. Another thing I think that we should take away from this game is the defensive adjustments, specifically at halftime.
Right.
This guy, Kadarius Marshall for Killeen, he ran all over the Patriots throughout the first quarter. Mm-hmm. And then he was barely there, during the second half. At least I felt like. So that's something to take away. Again, the Patriot defense only holding Killeen to 1 touchdown for the entire second half.
Right. Yeah.
It was just all those miscues in the first half.
Killeen scores 35 in that first half, and they come out and they only score 7, and they still were running their first team offense out there. So that says volumes about your defense and their ability to make the in-game adjustments to turn things around and play a much better, respectable ball game. If you take it based on halves, Eastview won the second half 8-7 compared to
they did.
the 35 to 15 drubbing they took in the first half. So there you go. So they won one half and they lost one half, but overall they lose the ball game, right? So just got to make those adjustments, and we do that, and Eastview is going to be successful this year.
Yeah, a lot to look forward to, and again, a lot of these teams that gave Eastview struggles last year are either no longer in the district
Right.
or they are, they've gone through coaching changes themselves, roster changes. So again, anything can happen in this season. This first game shouldn't be a total takeaway of how the season is going to go for the entire season. But either way, that is at least something you can work on next week if your Coach Fekoch is look at the positives, the amount of new faces that made plays, and just go ahead and build upon that foundation.
Right, absolutely. And primarily, the Patriots are going to be a road team this year. We only have 4 home games this year, just like last year. So next year we'll have 6 games at home finally. But for this year, you're going to be predominantly a road team. Got to be able to play well upon the road, and they took one on the chin tonight. Make the adjustments next week when we're playing at Mary Hardin Baylor versus Harker Heights. We look for a much better result.
That is indeed correct. Again, that next week game kickoff, I believe, set for 7 o'clock.
I believe that is correct.
We'll be there live from the University of Mary Hardin Baylor. And, of course, we will be streaming this game on YouTube via shnsports.com. And so we do hope that you will join us if you are unable to make the trip up to the University of Mary Hardin Baylor up in, is that Temple or Belton?
Belton.
We're in Belton. Okay. Belton High School is the team they are playing as well. Any final thoughts before we get out of here, Michael?
I don't know what more we could say other than, going with the positives that we've seen, the takeaways. This team is going to be a good team, and I'm excited about Eastview Patriot football and the job that Coach Fekoch and his staff are doing with this squad. And we saw some positive things in this second half that we can really take away from this game.
Indeed. Once again, your final score from here in Leo Buckley Stadium in Killeen, Texas. The Killeen Kangaroos 42, the Eastview Patriots 23. As for the Patriots, they will be back next week against Belton. With that, he's Michael Francis. I'm Travis Banks. Please stay safe. Wear your mask if you are going out. I'm totally failing at this. There we go. Wear your mask if you're going out. Stay safe, and we'll see you next week. Until then, so long from the Lone Star State.